Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Back at you with a new video. Today is September 9th, 2023. It's Saturday, baby. Saturday is for the boys. Countdown to 20,000 subscribers. We have 72 to go. And on this Saturday, September 9th, 2023, we have an epic matchup. Number 13, Oregon Ducks versus the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Ooh, baby, a countdown to be able to get to kickoff should here be in about a couple minutes. Hope everyone is having a fantastic Saturday, and we're going to be locked and loaded here for the next about 3 hours and 30 minutes. And by the time it's around 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, hopefully the Ducks can raise their hands into victory. And I know the Mariners and Rays just got wrapped up, and we ended up losing that matchup 7-5. A little disappointing, but the Tampa Bay Rays are a very good team. So we'll have to see on how that goes moving forward with the Mariners. But I am ready for some college football, baby. Let's go. And this is going to be awesome because with this particular matchup, we get a former Oregon quarterback, right? And Tyler Shuck, Shough, but obviously it's pronounced Shuck, right? And then now we get our guy that maybe some people think is a little bit better in Bo Nix. So it should be pretty exciting. Here is the thumb. I ended up going with Bo Nix. And then I thought, I was trying to find a good Tyler Shuck image, but I went through like 20 of them, and I couldn't really get any of the ones that I wanted that looked good to format, and I wanted them to like face each other and look good. So we ended up going up with the Taj Brooks, the running back, the stud for Texas Tech in the thumb. But I am ready to go. I hope you guys are as well. Your boy Simple, should I bet this game? If you're betting Ducks, yeah. I mean, like I said, I think that we can win this game even though we're on the road. Our defense is not good. But again, a lot of the defenses in the Pac-12 are a little bit suspect. So think about the good teams that we have, right? We got USC, Oregon, Oregon State, Utah, Washington, Colorado. Even Colorado was at 0-0 in the first quarter with Nebraska, but they figured it out. But out of all those 6 good quality teams, not every team has a really, really good defense. So I am really concerned, how the defense is going to hold up. Can we hold them, to under 30 points? How many are we going to score? Are we going to need 40 in this game to win or 50? I'm not really too sure if this is going to be in the 20s, 30s, or 40s. But what I do know is that we are going to end up winning this game. Even if it ends up being a lower scoring game and we win by 3, I'll take that. But I would assume that we'll win by, I would say 10 points or more, 13 or more. At least I'm hoping so. And then we got Hawaii next week, which we should blow them out. And then the real test for Oregon is going to be on week 4. And that is when primetime Deion Sanders comes to Eugene at Autzen. I might go. I haven't decided yet. It's going to be a hot ticket. There's going to be probably LeBron and a lot of – I heard that Wu-Tang ended up showing up for the Colorado matchup. Obviously, you had Shannon, Stephen A. Obviously, it's the biggest thing in college sports right now, Colorado Buffaloes and Deion and what he's been able to do. And obviously, he's doing a great job. So there is a real threat in week 4. The Ducks could lose. Now, could the Ducks possibly lose today? Yeah. I think we're going to beat Hawaii no matter what. So, but I do think that even though on the road, this will be a test. Sometimes we don't play good on the road, and we might start off shaky, a little slow. I still got confidence in the Ducks to get it done. And the real concern is not going to be Bo Nix or anybody in the running back room like Bucky Irving or wide receiver room like Troy Franklin. We got an amazing offense overall. We'll be fine there. It's just that we don't have Kayvon Thibodeau. We don't have anybody like that. We don't really have a lot of good linebackers. We don't really have a good secondary. McKinley is no longer there as well. So the people are going to be able to beat up on the Ducks, and it will become a shootout against like USC, a Utah, a Washington, and Oregon State, a Colorado, where it comes down to maybe whoever has the ball at the end or whoever can, end up getting most of those points in the second half to kind of impose their will. So I guess, if you're wanting to put some money on the game, I think putting money on the Ducks wouldn't be a crazy thing because I would if I was in that case right now. Not trying to be biased, but I just think if Texas Tech was ranked, like let's say they are a top 15 team, then I would be like, yeah, we're probably gonna lose just because especially if Texas Tech had defense or if like Mahomes was there, something of that nature. But they got Tyler Shuck, the former Duck quarterback. Is he good? Yeah, he's pretty good. 31 for 47, 338 yards, 3 TDs, 1 pick. Bo Nix, for example, 23 for 27, 287 yards and 3 TDs. So it's going to be an even matchup with the quarterbacks. I think our offense is a little bit better running back room and wide receiver room. Offensive line should do their job. But if Texas Tech's defense plays better than us, yeah, I mean, we might be able to drop one, but I'm hoping if we're going to lose, I don't want to finish like fifth or sixth in the Pac 12, but there is a true possibility. USC, Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, Colorado. I don't think anybody really truly knows, who's going to be the best in the Pac 12. Nobody knows. Everyone's like, oh, USC. Why? Because they have Caleb Williams. What about their defense? It's a little suspect like Oregon's, right? Washington's defense, Utah's defense, Oregon State's defense seems like maybe slightly better, but it's kind of like, per game matchup. And then Colorado doesn't have a defense kind of like USC and Oregon. But again, they're starting to find ways to get defensive plays in spurts, and sometimes that's good enough. So let me turn up the volume here as this game is on national TV, obviously on Fox. Let's go, baby. Let them know, Matt. Let them know. Go Ducks, baby. Starting offense, Connerly Jr., Harper the second, Powers, Johnson, Jones, and Cornelius. And we're going to see Nishat Strother in at the left guard position. Let's go. Matt has got all the Duck information here. Troy Franklin, we got Tez Johnson, Gary Bryant Jr., Tyler Casper, Chris Hudson. A lot of these guys were from last year, if you recognize the name, and Trey Sean Holden. The only thing that I wish is that Gus Johnson would call games for us. They got fucking Mark Helfrich and Mark Followill on the mic. Helfrich? Come on. Anybody but him? Come on. But if we could get Gus and maybe Joel Klatt, maybe we'll get that for Colorado, Oregon. I bet we do in week 4. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Sarah's in the building. What's good? Congratulations on your Iowa defense pulling out the victory for you. Let's get it, baby. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's go. No issues with Cash App today when we had that at the opening kickoff for the Lions and the Chiefs. Let's go, baby. Running backs, Bucky Irvin and Noah Whittington, one of the best duos in college football. I don't know if you're going to be able to stop them. And the answer is, can you stop them? Hell no, you can't stop them. I don't think there's a defense in college football unless we're talking about Florida State type of quality or like Georgia. But other than that, if we're not talking about just SEC teams, I think that those running backs are going to run over all the Pac-12 competition and out-of-conference competition. You will see Bucky Irving in the end zone maybe 1, 2, 3 times today. Let's go, baby. Bo Nix, baby. Let's go. But like I said, I see some Duck fans here in Oregon delusional, thinking we're going to go to the college football playoff, acting like we're going to go undefeated. I mean, obviously, you haven't watched Oregon football that long if you're saying stupid shit like that, because how many NFL players do we actually have on this defense this year? Really? There is no Kayvon Thibodeau. Like, we might have a couple that make it, but no one that imposes their will like a Kayvon Thibodeau or played so greatly in high moments like McKinley did back at safety. So I'm very concerned about the defense. But like I said, you just got to be able to pour on those points early and hope the defense is just good enough. It's kind of an average to bad defense. So if we can play above average the whole season, I don't think we're going to finish in first place in the Pac-12. If I had to be real, and I've been a Duck fan since the 80s, I would assume the Ducks are going to finish like 4th or 5th in the Pac-12. Now, if we can finish 2nd or 3rd, great. But again, USC, Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, Colorado, legitimately, all those teams could be better than us, or we could be like right in the mix with like Washington, Utah, Oregon State, and Colorado. And maybe there's 1 or 2 teams that are above us. I'm hoping for the best, but I'm just trying to keep it real comparing all the other rosters. But one thing I do know for sure, the Pac-12 is fucking lit. The Pac-12, this is the last year. You want to go out on top, and I'm definitely excited for the opportunity to shine. I'm thinking, kind of maybe like a 8-4, 9-3 record, but there's so many good teams in the Pac-12, more than normal. Normally, it's about 4. We're not used to seeing like Colorado and Oregon State in the mix. Now we have 6 out of 12. So anybody can beat anyone in the Pac-12 on any given Saturday, and that's what's going to make these matchups extra exciting, not only with this out-of-conference matchup with Texas Tech and Hawaii next week, but once we get into season play in Pac-12 for Colorado in week 4. Man, Dion coming to town, I might have to go. Let's go, baby. And I got to put the gloves on, too. We got to get ready here. Let's go, baby. But for, like I said, a lot of the younger Duck fans. All right, for a lot of the younger Duck fans, it's like you have to have a defense, and normally we don't. I mean, we're not talking about the days where we used to have like Walter Thurman the third and having a nice collection of guys in the secondary. It's not that type of team. Like I wish it was. Like when we had Patrick Chung, when we had Walter Thurman III, and we had four guys in the secondary, and they all made the NFL. When we had guys like Haloti Ngata or DeForest Buckner or Eric Armstead, or these high end guys, Kayvon Thibodeau. So when I don't hear names like that, it's always going to be very, very concerning. And even when we did, what happened in the bowl game when we played Iowa State, we got our ass kicked. So it just seems like even when we do have NFL players on the defense, we don't have enough. We have like one or two, and normally we don't have that many, to begin with anyway. So we'll see. I'm hoping that we end up I'm hoping we put up about 40 on this team, but we'll see if Texas Tech can get into the 20s or so. I would like a close game, but if we end up blowing them out, good. But we will see. We will see. Bo Nix at quarterback, baby, versus Tyler Shuck. Let's go. And the defense is going to have a lot of rotations, baby. Let's go, baby. Nico in the building. What's good? How are you? Man, you're just not even playing around. You said 51-17? My goodness. I hope so. I hope so. Let's go, baby. Bolt up, Morgan. Let's go, baby. Mo Gumbo in the building. Let's go. This should be a good one, and it's on national TV. So even if you don't really give a shit, and also we got the Alabama game in Texas that's going on as well. So we'll keep in line with that also, because I think those are going to be the big ones that are on this. Obviously, the Alabama Texas is bigger. I get it, but me being a Duck fan since the '80s, hey, we got to have our day on national TV once in a while too, right? Let's go. Let's go. Here we go, baby. It's on Fox. Wow, they got all this like confetti and shit like going into the end zone. Let's go, Ducks. Like I said, I'm not really worried horribly about this matchup, but if Texas Tech was ranked, I would be. But we should end up beating them by, you would think, maybe 20 points or more, you would think. But again, when you're on the road, you never know. What happens if Bo Nix throws a pick six? What happens if Bucky Irving fumbles and they pick it up for a scoop and score? You can't predict special teams touchdowns either a lot of the time. So we will see. Oh, yeah, seriously. 13-6 when there's with that point spread for real though. Let them know. Let them know. Yeah, keep me updated on that as well. Two number zeros on the field. Golly, we're still doing this shit again. Oregon got the penalty last week for the same shit. Let's go. And the countdown to 20,000 subs is on. So obviously, hopefully, we can get some people to come through. 72 subs to get to 20,000. Let's go, baby. And I think I'm probably the only one that's doing this game. I mean, there might be maybe a scraggler here and there, but not someone that's actually a Oregon Duck themselves or someone that actually does every Oregon Duck game. So yes, please keep me posted to Bama and Texas. I would assume Bama's going to win, but we're going to be interested to see what the Texas quarterbacks do and if they can come up with a upset victory. Let's go, baby. Let's get to 100 in donos. Let's do it. Saw Equalizer 3 last night with the girlfriend E, and Erica and I had a great time, and it's worth seeing in the theater for sure. And it takes place like in like Italy and whatnot, like overseas. It's awesome. Go! There we go. Look at that effort. Lee Bucky Irving is something else. Like we've seen a lot of running backs that the Ducks have had over the years. I'm not sure if we've seen one that's like him. He's a little LaMichael James and a little bit of like LeGarrette Blunt, like kind of in one guy because he's kind of short and stout, like kind of like a Maurice Jones-Drew, kind of like a bowling ball, But he's got speed and power, and he's a lot stronger than he looks in his small little frame. He'll run your ass over, and I think Texas Tech will find that out here real quick. Let's go. Wish the Mariners could have ended up getting that dub today, but again, you didn't. You had Thornton pitching. You don't even have one of your main guys. What are you going to do? Let's go, Ducks. And I got this through my Xfinity account, obviously online. Bo Nix, got plenty of time. Run it, baby. Pass incomplete. I do love the helmets that the Ducks are wearing, obviously with the chrome. And like I said, we are always going to shy out with that, shout out and shine out with that fucking Nike money, Phil Knight, I appreciate you. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Representing the Ducks since the 80s, baby. Let's go. Back when we used to win like one game a year. So, I mean, I've already gone through the tough times being a Duck fan and a Mariner fan. Run him over. Run him over. Let's go. First down, Ducks. Whoa, let's go. Kyle in the building. Quack attack, baby. But, like, Bucky seems like the type of guy that even though he's undersized, he's definitely making the NFL. Like he seems like he could be an awesome RB2 for a team, like a change of pace back. Maybe not your lead back, but maybe you have someone really, really good. Let's say like a Nick Chubb, and then you can bring Bucky Irving as that RB2, the new Kareem Hunt. Could you imagine those two together? Especially if the offensive line is halfway decent. Like that's the kind of role I see him in. Maybe not just a starter, but like a complimentary back, but could still be pretty damn good. Let's go, baby. First down and 10. Bucky Irving run over in all the asses. Let's go, baby. Number 13, Oregon Ducks versus the unranked Texas Tech Raiders. Bo Nix, got a man. Damn, let's go. And I'm repping the Asone Marcus Mariota. So I usually try to do a different jersey each game. So last week we did the DeAnthony Thomas sewn jersey with Mamba custom sewn in the back, the black one from back in the day. And then today I got the Marcus Mariota sign and sewn. And then I don't know what will go next week. LaMichael James sewn from the Natty against Auburn. Maybe Joey Harrington from the early 2000s. I want to wear the Justin Herbert apple green, but since I have a green screen, you're normally not going to be able to see it. Second down and 10. Oh, Nix, little screen. Oh, good defense by Texas Tech. Let's go, baby. Yeah, and I'm rooting for the Beavers today. My homie Marcos Pineda is there, so I'm really hoping that both Oregon teams, when both Oregon teams are good, it's good for the state of Oregon. So when we play each other, of course, I want the Ducks to win, but when we're not, I actually am rooting for the Beavers to win every single game. Like legit, I really do enjoy my friends being happy, and they've been in kind of in mud and in turmoil, but obviously getting the Clemson transfer, and getting a little bit better talent in the recruiting trail has helped them in the last couple of years. Nix, incomplete. Good defense by Texas Tech with the pressure. So this 50 to 60 to 17 type of win that some people think we're going to get, I don't know. Could be a lot closer than people think. Could end up being like a 35-27 kind of game. You never know. All I know is we got to get this dub, beat Hawaii next week, and then ultimately prepare for Colorado coming into Autzen where we could lose. The energy in that game will be the highest maybe all season, especially with Prime's hype. And if Dion up to that point is 3-0, it's going to be nuts. Let's go. Ducks with a punt. Not what you want to see. Not what you want to see, baby. And I know we had a lot of people that hopped in to see what we have here. Obviously, I'm not showing, the actual game, but they're not real fans of NWSF. But again, hopefully we can end up getting people to get the likes up, get the subs up. And like I said, 20,000 subs. And it kind of seemed like even last week against Portland State, we were up by like 1 billion, right? And I didn't really know where the views were going to be. But by the time the stream ended, we ended up having over 1,000. So I'm hoping that we can get 1,000 views on every Duck stream or more and go from there. Scott McDowell, my boy. Ducks football with Big O. Let's go, baby. You already know. Game used gloves from the Natty when we played Cam Newton and Auburn. All right. These are the exact gloves that they wore. And I even got the box. I got to bust them out. Obviously, I got the other gloves that usually you see me in my profile pics and whatnot. But since those are green, like the apple green, yeah, put them up on the screen. They kind of get a little distorted. And like I said, I got all kinds of other chains. I got yellow, I got green, black, white, chrome, pink. But again, certain colors with the green screen, it kind of, you don't want to have any distortion on the screen if you don't have to. But a little bit of a slow start, for the Ducks, but I'm not worried about it. Sometimes we start slow and we'll pick it up. We are a second half team. So even if we are down or only up by 3 or 7 or 10 at half, don't worry. We'll end up, putting the foot on the gas in the second half and we'll be able to pull away. And, getting Bucky Irving going early and often, that will be the key. And then once that running game gets going, then we'll end up getting our wide receivers the ball totally fine. So look for Franklin to score today. Look for Bucky Irving to score, Whittington to score, and hopefully we can get 35 points or more. Let's go. I do, Kyle, because it's like you have to think. If you're watching someone that's talking about the game, they're not going to show the game. When you click on a link on YouTube and the game is already on with no one on the screen like me, then that's where you're going to go. But then that stream is going to get pulled at some point. Most of the time, unless it's like in a foreign country or whatever, but most of the time, due to copyright, if someone's talking, they're not going to just be like, oh, yeah, let me just put the fucking game on. I think that's I don't know. I think it's common sense, but also too, you can find like footage, through streams that are put up on YouTube. But usually there's no one talking, and then all of a sudden they put it up. It's like the game is on and there's no one there. It's just the game. So, but again, I guess some people got common sense and some don't. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I don't think we have anything on the Cash App yet, but I hope we do today, and hopefully we can hit the goal. Let's go. Nothing on the Cash App yet, but hopefully we'll end up getting someone to start the dono train off, and we'll be good. My boy Scott at work, he's my boy, one of my best friends from my childhood era, and we haven't seen each other in like 20 years. Chuck, little drop down, hit his ass, and obviously, woo! And obviously, if you end up watching a stream of me where it's Ducks, Mariners, Buccaneers, Blazers, you're really going to see the true emotion come out because these are my teams. So obviously Mariners, you'll see me lose it, you'll see me have fun. Ducks, you'll see me lose it, you'll see me have fun. Buccaneers, same thing. You're going to see me lose it and have fun as well. But I would say probably the closest to me are going to be the Mariners in Oregon, just because I actually get to go to games. I'm so far away from Tampa. I've never even been to Tampa before, but one day before I die, it is on the bucket list. Just sit in the ship. Let's go, Shuck. Floater, turn around. Oh, thank God. How's everybody doing? Keep me updated on the Alabama matchup as well. Let's go. I'm trying to go through and look at some of the scores. All right, so I'm looking right now. Texas, Alabama 0-0. Do we have any predictions? Does anyone think that Texas actually can win? Like, really, legitimately, does anyone honestly think that they can pull off the upset with the roster they have? Or is that just like a dream? There's going to be upsets from time to time, but do we really think Quinn Ewers is going to outplay everyone? Uh-oh! Get him! Look at Shuck! No! No! Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. See, this is what I'm telling y'all. We don't have defense. And I guarantee the coaching staff is like, hey, Tyler, you're very familiar with this team. You quarterbacked with this team a couple years ago. You know the type of style that they play. So him doing something like that, or running an RPO, or getting a long, long run, or using his legs to win, I wouldn't be surprised. And right there, we already saw it. You don't assume that quarterbacks are going to run on the Ducks, but why not? Our defense sucks. It's okay to be a Duck fan and realize that our Ducks defense is not good. And that's why we're probably not going to win the Pac-12. Wow. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Mason Thorpe with the tutty from Tyler Shuck. Fuck my life. Uh-oh. There's a marker, though. Hopefully that's offensive holding on the line, and that's coming back. Yes, it is. Oh, thank God, holding on the offensive line. I was about to say it looked like holding, but still, look at the effort. There was a little bit of a push off there by the player, but yeah, you got to get a little jockeying for position and whatnot. So, California Ducks, Kings, Niners, Giants. Nice. That's so cool. Hell yeah, Kyle. So, how long have you been living in Maryland for? How old are you? Are you like in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s? Donald in the building. Go Ducks. All right, we got to be able to stop. Donald in the building. Go Ducks. Watch out for Taj Brooks. I got him on the thumbnail. Like I said, he's very slippery. Okay. Look at Shuck. Shuck is just running because they know that the defense is soft. That's what makes me so nervous. Like Oregon can have like a good record, maybe be like an 8-4 team, but that's not going to be able to be good enough to win the Pac-12. To win the Pac-12, you're going to have to be like 11-1 or 10-2, something like in that nature. And I just don't see that. I think the best that Oregon could do is like 8 or 9 wins. USC, Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, fucking Colorado. And I know we're not playing everyone, but if we end up getting to the Pac-12 championship, obviously we're going to be playing most of these teams out of the top 6. So now, I mean, if we overachieve, the best the Ducks could do, in my opinion, is probably second. So if like USC is 1, then maybe Ducks can be 2, but then that would mean that we beat Colorado and then Utah and Washington and Oregon State and all of those other teams. And can we do that with a shitty defense? I don't know. That would just mean our offense has to be better than, obviously everyone that we're going against all year. And that's a tough task. 3rd down and 7. Get him! Fucking A. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Miles Price with the tutty from Tyler Shuck. Fuck my life. 6-0, Red Raiders. Fuck. And that's why. Now, if we actually had guys like Walter Thurman III and Patrick Chung, is this fucking happening? Fuck no, it's not. And that's what's frustrating. We brought in this guy, right? We brought in this guy to be like Dan Lanning, the Georgia defensive coordinator to help us get defensive players. Where the fuck are they? Where the fuck are your recruits? I thought you were going to bring over some Alabama, Georgia type players from SEC. You were at Georgia. Where are my Georgia players that wanted to follow you? I don't see them, and that's concerning. I actually like Mario Cristobal more than I like Dan Lanning. I'm not really a big fan of him. Like I accept that we have him, and as long as we're winning, fine. But we don't have a defense. You're a defensive coordinator. What does that mean? 7-0 Texas Tech. Nice job. Fuck, but like I said, Chip Kelly is Chip Kelly. I'm Rich Brooks, Mike Bellotti, Chip Kelly. Those Mike Bellotti and Chip Kelly were like my guys. Mike Bellotti, in comparison to NFL coaches, was kind of like Tony Dungy, very safe, right, but very good. And then we got rid of them, right? We got rid of Bellotti, right? Got rid of Dungy, like for Tampa. Brought in John Gruden. Brought in Chip Kelly, the innovator, to get us over the hump. Right. And then when you had that 4-year stretch, Rose Bowl, Natty, Rose Bowl, Fiesta Bowl with Chip Kelly, that's never going to happen again. Bringing in guys like DeAnthony Thomas and fucking, fucking LaMichael James. I mean, if we didn't have a guy like Chip Kelly, those guys aren't even coming to our school. They would have went to USC, or maybe LaMichael would have went to Texas. And I know obviously DeAnthony originally decided to go to USC and then changed his mind and flipped to come to Oregon. So I'm nervous. We don't have a defense. And the really scary thing is also, it shows you we can't stop the run, even if it's the quarterback. So what does that mean when we play Shadur Sanders or Caleb Williams or Michael Penix Jr.? I'm very, Cam Rising, every single quarterback, Oregon State's, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. 30s, your whole, okay. You think they got a good shot? Yeah. Yours has got talent. We know that. Finley in the building. What's good, brother? 7-0 Red Raiders. No, some guys, well, it was a dream of his, you know what I mean? So, but obviously the reason he left Oregon, because if he would have stayed, we would have ended up getting like a 5 to 6 year ban, like illegal recruiting practices, pretty much that every coach does. And this was before NIL deals, So he didn't want the sanctions to come on Oregon, so he left. So, and then obviously, with the Niners, Eagles, it just wasn't going to work, But some guys are just built, for college football, right? And other guys like Urban Meyer as well. And some guys can do the college football and NFL, like Pete Carroll. But there's not many Pete Carrolls that are out there. In all honesty, he's the only one. Everyone else is just college, It's like you can't really get guys that are going to be good NFL and then they go to college, because you usually go to college first and work your way up, not be in the NFL and work your way down, But I think Harbaugh, and that's another one, he could obviously do NFL and then go to Michigan, from the Niners, and he's had success. But it takes a very special type of mind and person to be a Harbaugh, a Jim Harbaugh, or a, Pete Carroll. And like I said, there's very many of them. So I agree. I wish Chip would have, if everything was smooth, imagine if Chip never left. We would have something here like Alabama has, with Nick Saban, with recruiting and everything. And who knows, maybe we would have won a natty by now if Chip Kelly never left, because the recruiting trail would have kept coming and coming and coming. And I would assume at some point we would have been right there with Georgia and Alabama and Ohio State and Michigan in recruiting. And at some point, there would have been a few more natty appearances, in my opinion. So we'll see. Anthony in the building. Raiders in the building. How are you? Texas Tech 7, Oregon 0. Miles Prince 18-yard touchdown pass from Tyler Shuck. Reese Burkhardt, PAT. Good. Thank you so much, Matt. I appreciate you. Let's go, baby. And once we actually play a defense that actually like flies around, Utah, Washington, Oregon State, sometimes USC, we'll really find out how good our offense really is, especially if our defense can't stop anybody. Uh-oh. I missed you guys. Equalizer 3, go see it. Oh, yeah. They might have had to switch to a different mascot, Kyle. You know, sometimes they'll have girls in there, sometimes they'll have guys in there. Obviously, wearing the big suit, you know, it's going to get very hot in there. Go long, go deep, got a man. Go, go, go. The 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. Ducks, let's go. Yes, let's go. That's how we bounce back. Quack, 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 quack. Let's go, baby. That's how we do it. Look at that route. Broke him off the route. Look at the speed, the long strides. You said, get off me, little boy. You ain't on my level. The 10, the 5, touchdown, Oregon. Let's go. Extra point is up. Right down the middle, and it's good. We're knotted up at 7. That's how we fucking respond. Exactly. Let's go. And I imagine the Oregon mascot is very, very sore. I mean, 81 points, that's the most we've ever scored. You know, I haven't seen, I mean, I've been watching Oregon football since the 80s. You know, I'm telling you, going back when like Chris Miller, the former Falcon quarterback, was on there. And then Graziani, and you're looking at all the names over the years, and then getting into like Joey Harrington and the Dennis Dixons and all the haters, saying that none of the quarterbacks can pan out. But then we finally got this guy that you might have heard of named Justin Herbert, and he's going to end up going down in Oregon history as the best player we've ever had. I really honestly think that, and I'm hoping that he can at least get to a Super Bowl before his career is over. Essentially, what would be great if he can get to 2, win 1 and lose 1, but maybe he might only get to 1, but it may not even be with the Chargers. It may be his second team that he goes to after the Charger deal is all done. We'll see. And like I said, it just sucks that he had Anthony Lynn and Staley. He's got horrible coaching. The offensive line gets hurt all the time. The defense always gets hurt, even though they got guys like Derwin James and Joey Bosa. Like, I just want my guy, to pan out, because even Marcus Mariota won the Heisman, but he's got injury issues, and he's just like Jameis Winston, another Heisman winner. They never panned out. Sometimes you can be a beast in college, but you hit your ceiling in college and you don't get any better. Or maybe you have injuries or whatever it may be. Jameis just throws picks. Marcus, he just ends up getting injured. So it's not really like his skill set. He just gets injured and backed up too much. But with Justin Herbert, he's got the frame, he's got the size, he's got the arm, he got the leadership. He's incredibly intelligent. He's a leader, and I think that will go down as the Ducks' best player, at some point or another. But nice touchdown pass there from Bo Nix to Troy Franklin. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Texas Tech 7, Oregon 7. Troy Franklin, 72-yard pass for Bo Nix. Camden Lewis, extra point is good. And one thing that's a little underrated about us is Camden Lewis. We've had him for a couple years, and it's always nice to have a kicker you're comfortable with, a guy that, like, if he needs to make a 35-yarder to win the game, we can believe in him, and we like him. So that's another thing right there to keep an eye on, Camden Lewis, throughout this year. When we play good teams like USC, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, and obviously Colorado. Let's go, baby. That's how we do it, baby. Yeah, hopefully we can get some of the goats to come through and show some love. That was a great, great throw by Bo Nix. Oh, yeah, baby. What you know? What you know? The former Duck, Tyler Shuck. The phenom, Bo Nix. Nice job, baby. I see you. Let's go, baby. Let's go. You know what it is. What's going on with Alabama and what's going on with Alabama and Texas? Thank you, Megan. I appreciate you. Megan's like, I'm going to make sure that he doesn't have a zero. This is unacceptable. $20 holla. Greetings, fam. Sorry I'm late. Tablet issues. You are here now, and I appreciate you. I know you're not a Duck fan. You're a Trojan fan, but I appreciate your support. One of the GOATs on the channel. Know who she is. Aussie 12 in the building. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $20 holla. Let me know what you want to see for photos during the commercial break, and I got you. Thank you so much. 80 to go to hit the goal. Let's go, baby. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. And Megan is one of the biggest supporters on the channel. And you need people like that. You know, not everyone is going to show love, on the donation side, but you can at least like the stream. You can share it, sub to the channel. There's always other things. Comment. Let us know that you're here, where you're from. If you're a Duck fan or a Texas Tech fan or just an NWSF fan, appreciate you guys. Second down and 7. Shotgun set to Shuck. Nice play action. Wow, incomplete. Not JT in the building. What's good? Yes. Let's go. Go Ducks. But again, I feel like I'm one of the only hardcore Duck fans that's actually being honest and real. Every other Duck fan that I see on these message boards or when they're in their fan chats or fan pages on Instagram and Facebook, so many people are delusional as fuck, and I just can't deal with that. Oh, get him! Oh, should have been a sack lunch. You got to lift a little bit more weights in there, young man. There we go. Come on, Johnson. You got to lift the weights. You got to give him that sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. I mean, he's hitting you with the Bucky Irving number. You got to pull him down. Come on, dog. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Duck style. Quack, 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 quack. Let's go, baby. There we go. Got to get him down earlier. Wrap him up. Hit him. Knock him down. Let's go. What happened to my hands? You know it, baby. Kyle knows the catchphrases. Those will be the ones that they end up stealing on NFL Network and Kyle Brand and Peter Schrager. If you ever hear that when they end up doing a highlight package on Good Morning Football, they talk about Uncle Mo, Uncle Momentum. What happened to my hands? Move the chains. When you hear these things, you're going to know where they came from. They came from right here. So, big facts. Let's go, baby. What do you want to see? You want some USC? You want some Trojans, some Caleb Williams? You want some of the head ball coach? What are you thinking? Let me know what you want, and I got you, Megan. Yeah, we're not losing to this team. And we're going to beat Hawaii next week as well. The real test is Colorado, week 4, when they come to Autzen. That one we could lose because both of our defenses, Colorado and Oregon's, are not good, but it'll just come down to whoever's offense executes better, Bo Nix or Shedeur Sanders. But the vibe of that game is going to be insane because you're getting people like Wu-Tang, the old school rap group. They fucking were at the game. Obviously, Stephen A. and Shannon, you're getting celebrities. So I would assume, if Nike ends up having a meeting with their, players that are signed, and sometimes, I was at a game when they played USC and LeBron was there, Chris Paul was there, Carmelo was there. So I imagine there's going to be a lot of NBA players and former NFL players like Marcus Mariota and Joey Harrington. It's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Linton with the sack lunch. But I imagine there's going to be football players, baseball players, basketball players that are going to be at the game in week 4 when Colorado comes to town. And I don't know if we can win that, but I hope it ends up being an entertaining. It will be on Fox for sure. At least it should be. It should be on national TV, and it'll probably be the game of the week. A lot on the line, especially if Oregon's 3-0 and then fucking Colorado's 3-0. You know what I'm saying? I might actually even go to that game. Yeah, and Prime has got that group, coached up, but it also is nice. Go. There we go. First down, Ducks, move the chains. But it's nice that, Prime Time's got his son, both of them. But you got a fucking quarterback that's actually legit better than anyone that Colorado's had since Cordell Stewart. A guy's fucking phenomenal. He's got like 9 tutties in the first like 2 games, right? And then you got other guys playing two-way positions like Travis Hunter, corner and wide receiver. The defense is weak, but they make plays in spurts like the Ducks. But it's cool to see Colorado like be good. And prime time on the sideline is a vibe. He brings more awareness to college football, which is really cool because usually when we get a former player that's a coach, you're like, oh, he's going to suck. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. But primetime arguably might be the best corner of all time. There we go. Oh, we're going to score. We're going to score, baby. The gloves got to get back on. The gloves got to get back on. I mean, I like Whittington. I like Bucky Irving. I like Bo Nix. Matt, what would you say about this offensive line? How would you grade it compared to last year's offensive line? That was one of the best in the country. We had some guys leave. Screen pass, I would say we've downgraded on the line, but we still have a lot of talent there. So we'll see how it goes moving forward. But based on how we played, in week 1, and then once we get into harder competition, I guess we'll find out if we can win the battle in the trenches or not. Let's go. 3-0 Texas. I might end up putting it up. I just don't want any lag in the game or in the stream, but I might actually throw up the game because I am curious to watch. I mean, if I wasn't streaming this game, that would have been the game that I streamed, Texas, Alabama, 100%. All right, second down and goal. Let's score in these bitches. Halfback toss. There we go. Touchdown, Ducks. Uh-oh, flag on the play, holding on the Ducks. Son of a bitch. Damn it. One of these days, I think maybe on the Colorado game, I'll wear every chain. I'll end up because I'm going to need all the luck I can get. So when you see me on that Colorado broadcast week 4, if I'm not at the game, you're going to see your boy with like 10 chains on. I'm going to be looking like fucking Mr. T. All the O chains from Collegiate Art Designs, who ended up making my custom NWSF chain as well as Megan's custom USC Seahawk 12 chain, baby. Let's go. Second down and goal, shotgun set. No worries for the Ducks. Handoff up the middle. And our running backs are very athletic and very aggressive. It's not like Byron Marshall or Kenyon Barner. It's not the same vibe as LaMichael James. And like I said, I feel like with Bucky Irving, it's a little bit of LaMichael and Blunt in one guy. Kind of small and undersized, but fast and powerful. And I like him. He might be my favorite running back that we've had since LaMichael James. No cap. I like him a lot. Now, do I think he will be good in the NFL? I don't think he'll be a starter, but he could be a good RB2 for a team that already has a running back, I believe. Uh-oh. Fuck. False start on the Ducks on the O-line. God damn it. God damn it. Mental errors. Connerly, come on, brother. God, those helmets are sick. Those remind me of when we played Wisconsin in the Rose Bowl. Chrome helmets, baby. You got this. You're going to win. Kirk Ferentz, I know you were bitching that they were going to maybe lose, and they ended up getting the dub. Mo Gumbo's giving us the stats with the Texas matchup, so I appreciate that. Matt's giving us all the information on all the scores, which I appreciate too. Anyone that wants to fill in, I would really appreciate that. Any little piece of info is always helpful. So, Caleb and Coach Riley, I got you. I'll start getting it prepped, and then when you get back from coffee or what you're grabbing, I should have some ready for you at some point. All the 12 chains, baby. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Nothing better than college football, and nothing better when you get to actually watch your favorite team, play on Saturday. And again, and it's a little bit more special for me with the Ducks and the Mariners because I actually get to go to the games. For like Blazers, I get to go as well, but basketball ain't the same as football and baseball. And obviously, Tampa's on the other side of the country. So, not that I don't have love for the Blazers or the Bucks; those are my teams as well. But sometimes there's going to be things that you get to go to, like tailgate, and it kind of takes your fandom to another level. You feel me? Go, Bo. Third down and goal. Let's go, baby. Get open. Man in motion, Bucky Irving. Bo Nix. Pressure. Little dump down. Yes. Oh, baby. Taz Johnson, touchdown. Ducks, no flags. Yes. There we go. There we go. But the thing is like when we play good defenses, like if we end up going USC, Washington, Utah, they don't score here. They get fucking smacked and they get tackled and don't even score. Wow, the cameraman was totally out of place. Herbert to Ferguson, Justin Herbert's brother, right? They did the trick play and it ended up converting. There we go. Oh, marker down though. Fuck. I was gonna say they're those sneaky sons of bitches, huh? 12 players on the field. Decline. Yes. There we go. Busting out a little Chip Kelly for your ass. Let's go for two, and we know we can get it. Hell yeah. I like taking chances. Normally, I don't like going for two in the NFL unless it's the fourth quarter and you need it. Because it seems like when teams go for it in the NFL in the first, second, and third quarter, they never get it, right? But in college, it's a little different. And I don't want us to go for two all the time because they did go for the extra point on the first one. But if you're going to do it sporadically throughout the game in certain moments, I'm cool with it. Because if you end up missing one, you'll make up for it in the next touchdown. Let's go. All right, let me get some more photos up. Just going to put up some photos for Megan with her $20 dono, but I got to make sure we get the USC logo for you. There we go. There we go. Appreciate you, and I'll get you some more photos too as we go through. Nice job, Bo. 15-7. All right, here we go. Chuck. Get him. Zach Lunch's ass. Incomplete. All right, I'm going to just throw up a couple photos here. Make sure Megan is in the room. I'll wait for her to be in the room, and then we'll throw up the rest of the photos. Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, like if you were gonna go for two, that was the perfect time to do it. So $20 in donos. Let's get to a hundo, please. Let's do it. 15-7. Tez Johnson, 12-yard touchdown pass from Bo Nix. 2-point conversion is goo. I know. Oh, it's 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Blindside blitz. Let's go. And if they want to keep having Chuck running RPOs and whatnot, that's fine. But he does have a weapon with his legs. And honestly, if I was Texas Tech, that was a fucked up play from the start. The running back was supposed to take the toss, and then he just ran away. But I would run the ball with Chuck. It gives him a better chance to win since the defense is a little suspect for Oregon. So I figured you were getting coffee, and I got some photos prepped up here for you and a USC logo too. Third down and 18. Is it a fumble Oregon? They're not going to give Oregon the ball, are they? I guess it depends on the whistle when it snapped or when it blew. The whistle blew after the ball was snapped, and then when they blew the play dead. All right, let's. Let's get some here. Nice photos of Caleb Williams. Could be the Heisman winner in 2023. Actually won it last year. Could be a back-to-back Heisman champion. Could be the first pick in the draft. Sounds like he doesn't want to be an Arizona Cardinal. I don't blame him. Sounds like his dad doesn't want him to go there either. And if they end up having the first pick, it sounds like he'll go back to school, which some people might say is petty. But fuck, I mean, if it's your life and you're going to be able to, figure out where you want to go, the only sad thing is that if he does go back to school, what happens if he tears his ACL? Then you're not going to be the first pick anymore. So you're leaving millions of dollars on the table. But again, I mean, he could make Arizona relevant again. But I would love Caleb on my Buccaneers. It's like the only team that I represent in Oregon that's not in the Pacific Northwest. All right, still it's still Texas Tech's ball. So yeah, but sometimes, when teams are shitty, they need to get their guy. Richardson for the Colts, Bryce Young for the Panthers, CJ Stroud, for the Texans. Now, obviously, the guys are going to be there. That's why Bucks are going to be bad. Rams are going to be bad. Cardinals are going to be bad. There's going to be some really fucking bad teams, and some of them are going to need quarterbacks. So I don't know. I think Caleb would look a hell of a lot better in a Tampa uniform, and we have more weapons than Arizona does, but obviously Arizona's roster is terrible. So, and they don't have Kyler for the first month. So they could end up easily being 0-4 for sure. Chuck going long, going deep. He's got a man. PI, fuck. Wow. Ran into the receiver early, and I hope he's okay. I think he got the wind knocked out of him there. Yeah, you already got Gino, though. Big PI. He got the wind knocked out of him for sure. All right, while we are waiting for the players to get up, I'm going to continue to throw up photos for Megan for her $20 dono. Appreciate you. I can squeeze one more in before we get back into play. Here we go. Your boy has to work fast. And I'll even throw a Pete Carroll in here for you, too, for USC, because why the hell not, right? One of my favorite Pete Carroll photos. This one right here with Matt Leinart. Appreciate you, Megan. Thank you for the 20. 80 to go. Appreciate you. Let's go, Ducks. Little screen pass. There we go. Nice gang tackle by the Ducks. Get those likes up. Shotgun set. Little screen pass to the left side this time. First down, Red Raiders. All right, 71 subs to go. We just got one. Appreciate you. Incomplete. Another flag on the play. Ducks, the defense is just terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible secondary. I appreciate you. $71 to go to get to 20,000, baby. 3-3 Texas Bama, low scoring. What's good, John? John, anything new with the Cardinals that you and Sarah have to share for me? Mariners lost today, which is unfortunate, but I kind of had a feeling when I saw who was pitching. Nice tackle. Wrap him up. There we go, Ducks. We got to make sure we, the mental mistakes with like false starts and PI, those are going to be killers to us if we keep doing them. Hit him. Don't let him loose. There we go. You hang on to that leg and you hang on to it until that leg fucking breaks or falls off. You don't let that leg go. Let's go. Uh-oh. Quarterback draw. First down. Red Raiders. All right. I'm going to try to turn on this. All right. All right. I got the Bama game on also. So I think as long as the stream doesn't, I obviously pay for a gig. So let me know on my end. I can see myself on the screen, but obviously it looks like I can run both games at the same time as well as my own stream. So I got three things running: me, the game, and then obviously the Alabama game and Texas game as well. So it looks like we're good. Little handoff. Wrap him up. Okay. Gain of a couple. Kind of surprised Texas 3, Alabama 3. Number 11, Texas with Quinn Ewers, and then you got Alabama number 3. But if you looked at the teams, Florida State should have been ranked higher, based on that ass whooping that they put on LSU. But eventually, if they keep playing like that, they'll end up being the number 2 or number 3 team at some point, it looks like. All right, baby. End of the first quarter, 15-7 Ducks. What are we feeling right now, Matt? What are we feeling? Kyle, are we feeling pretty good? I mean, it's better than being down 15-7, right? So I would say, for all things considered, that we have a shitty defense. Our offensive line is making mistakes, right? Our offensive line is making mistakes, and our secondary is terrible. A bunch of PIs and whatnot. It's pretty good, and we got a 2-point conversion to go through. So, viewers, going long, going deep. Touchdown, Longhorns. Wow. Quinn Ewers with the tutty. That was sweet. I just saw it. So I got the Duck game live, and then I think the Texas Alabama, I think I have like a 20-second delay. I just saw him throw it right now. Wow. Like I said, I got to watch both of these games. And anybody that can help me on the Twitter, on the X side would be greatly appreciated. Commenting, liking, sharing, anything that we can get, on here would be great. And if you're in the room, say hello. Let us know that you're here. I mean, unless you're spying on the channel looking for material to steal to use for your own show, which obviously we have a lot of people that do that too. So those people will never talk. They're always going to be spying on Twitter, X, or on YouTube, and they'll never say anything. They'll just be watching. It's hot today, 88 degrees here in Oregon. A guy, Raiders. Yeah, Equalizer 3 was well worth it. So if anyone is looking to go see a movie, I've seen the Dracula movie in the theater, and obviously I've seen that one with the Equalizer 3 with Denzel. Denzel pulling off another 10 out of 10 performance. Awesome. Conjuring 3, I might end up seeing that at some point. And obviously, as we're getting into Halloween season, they're going to have more of the scary movies and whatnot. But I don't go to the theater often. I would say probably 2 to 5 times a year, not every month. But obviously now with the new girlfriend and whatnot, we look for things to do. And obviously, if there's something that's worth watching, like Equalizer 3, yeah. And obviously, have the reclining chairs, and some of the theaters have the ottoman for your legs, and they didn't have that option at that theater that we went to, but it still was. We had no one else in the row. It was just me and her, which was awesome. Dead center, like in the back, so it was sweet. Chuck converting in the first down. Red Raiders. Red Raiders. $20 in donos. Let's get to a hundo. Hey, guy, what's going on with you, bro? How's your life? How are you? What's your expectations for the Raiders? Just trying to beat out the Denver Broncos and trying to compete with the Chargers. I would assume that would be the goal. Anyone that you're excited to watch besides Max Crosby? Chuck? Sit down, Chuck. The former Duck Tyler. Chuck, sit down. Kraken first game. Woo! I can't wait. We'll be doing a lot of Kraken too. Like I said, if it comes down to doing Kraken or like NBA, we're gonna do Kraken. Like I said, if some of the NBA games that's the only thing on, then fine, we'll do NBA. Or we'll do college hoops if there's nothing on. But if there's something other than that, hell yeah, we're gonna do some NHL. Hell yeah. Get that Kraken following up. We got to. And I got the scoreboard and everything else on every stream moving forward. So there's not going to be an issue with like, oh, you need a scoreboard. I got one. First down, Red Raiders. Yeah, I'm thinking third or fourth in the division as well. That's what I'm thinking too. Obviously, Chiefs in first, you would think, then Chargers, and then obviously Raiders are hoping they get third, but Denver might be improved with Sean Payton. Thank you. I usually use spinning logos, but I wanted to do something special for the Ducks. And this is the only one that I've seen where it goes from Oregon Ducks to the O. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to use this. And this is going to be the logo for the Ducks all year. I mean, you got to think based off the talent. He's really, really talented on the college and the NFL side. But sometimes that shit happens, bro. Illegal recruiting happens all the time. Touchdown, Red Raiders. You got to think when Chip Kelly was there, we had some illegal recruiting stuff, and if he would have stayed, yeah, I mean, LaMichael James, DeAnthony, I mean, all of this bad shit would have happened, and he left. So, I mean, if Pete Carroll had some illegal stuff that was going on, so did Chip Kelly, so does every fucking coach that's out there. So, I don't know. For us in the Pacific Northwest, I think we kind of admire, how good Pete is, and still is today. Same thing with like Harbaugh, when he was doing his thing with the Niners and now with Michigan. So it takes a special individual to coach at a high level in both. And yeah, there was some things that happened after Pete left, but you could say that with any fucking school. Chuck in the back of the end zone for the 2-point conversion, no good. 15-13. Yeah, I usually do all the spinning logos, for the stream, but USC for whatever reason doesn't have as many options. for the logos because you got to be able to find animated stuff. But I'm always looking, and maybe they'll add some new stuff because I want it to look. I have to have it transparent. I don't want it to have a circle or square around it. So I'm always looking for stuff that it's like streamlined and it looks good. But just unfortunately, sometimes like you try to pull the image and you know it it just doesn't look good. It's like I want to make sure I get stuff that looks good on the channel. But I'm gonna look to see if I can find the spinning logo animated GIF. All these keywords that you have to type in even to be able to try to find them. I'm looking right now. A lot of the stuff is just, I mean, I can find like logos and things, but I'm trying to find the good stuff. I'm looking, I'm looking, I'm looking. I mean, the coolest one that I think I've seen is like maybe like this one, you know what I mean? Which I showed with Michael Pittman. Hold up. But again, the USC doesn't have as many options for whatever reason. I have to do more of a deep dive with like tag words and stuff. Sometimes you got to do these weird combinations of words to be able to pull up certain things. Or like, for example, like this one. So we got obviously the USC logo, but I want like the spinning logo. They have them on the NFL side, but let's see if this one comes up. And then this right here with like the animation, and then it turns into a football card with Michael Pittman Jr., which is kind of cool. But again, you just have to be able to see what you can find and looks good. It has to be streamlined. So yeah, I wish the college football logos there was more variety for spinning logos and other animations. But I guess because it's college, there's not as many for whatever reason. So yeah, but I have there's a Jordan Addison one. So if I do a USC game, I'll bust those out. I got the Michael Pittman image, I got a Jordan Addison one, and hopefully they'll have some Caleb Williams animations that they'll end up creating into like football cards and stuff like that. Very cool. But again, I like having the image, with just like the transparent logo. Spinning logos are the best, or one like the Oregon Duck ones where it says Oregon Ducks and shifts into the O, which is very cool. 15-13 Oregon. Yes. All right, 15-13 Ducks. Second quarter shotgun set. Bo Nick screen pass. Go, go, go. Punt, TD, TD. Let's go, baby. Oh, thank you so much. I think you said that up there, but I was just trying to pull up pictures and stuff. Thank you so much. Everything helps. Every little moment helps, to try to get us to that 20,000 mark. Every little like, every little comment, every little share, every little sub, every little donation, everything helps. Bo Nix, there we go. Oh, fuck. What happened to my hands? Motherfucker look like Kadarius Toney out there. Rocks for hands. Well, I can't say that because at least the Duck player didn't drop 3 in a row. It said that was the worst performance from a wide receiver in the PFF era. Kadarius Toney, 3 drops and one leading to a pick 6. It's terrible, terrible, terrible. Pay Burns and pay Evans. Like, don't be cheap. You know what I mean? But again, sometimes they don't want to give the benefit of the doubt with their studs, especially Mike Evans, who's a Hall of Famer, which is sad. God damn it. Pass is low. What happened to my hands? Should be wearing these gloves, damn it. Let me go out there. I'll catch that damn rock. I'll catch that. But if the pass was low, golly. Yeah, I wouldn't have picked up anybody on the roster. Sky Moore, Kadarius Toney. I mean, if Juju was still on the team, I would have maybe grabbed him on the Chiefs if he was still there. But him on the Patriots is kind of a different story because it's Mac Jones throwing to him instead of obviously Patrick Mahomes. But the only one that's reliable that on the Chiefs to grab would be probably Pacheco, McKinnon at running back, and obviously Travis Kelce, who they desperately missed with Chris Jones. Because even if Chris Jones would have played, they might have won that game, even with Kelce not playing. But got a couple extra sack lunches and whatnot. So yeah, but again, Juju's value isn't going to be as high as when he was on the Chiefs because obviously it depends on what quarterback is throwing to you. So yeah, and I think Shep picked up Juju. So yeah, Kadarius Toney, what a joke. But that's what happens when you talk shit to the Giant fans and you go above and beyond. Like Giant fans are trolling you, saying that they don't like you or whatever, and then he goes on like Instagram and Twitter and does these like videos and he actually responds back to these Giant fans and tell them to fuck off and being all rude and shit. And I imagine he's getting rude comments too. But if you're an NFL player, you don't engage in that behavior with like a fucking little kid, And then he took it too far. Doing videos and telling them how shitty the fan base is and all the shitty the fans are. Like, if you're going to have a negative attitude, eventually it's going to come back and get you. Karma is a bitch. And then what happens? The first game of the season, when Patrick Mahomes really needs you, right? What do? You tip a pass right into oh boy's hands for a pick 6, and then you also make the critical drop that probably would have put you in field goal range for the Chiefs to win the game. So now the motherfucker is a bum, and I know he already deleted his socials like a month before, on the Twitter and the X side, but if he wouldn't have, he would have had to definitely delete his X, Twitter, Instagram, and all his socials after that fucking game. You kidding me? Because then you're getting people that don't even give a shit about the Lions and Chiefs that just want to talk shit, So it is what it is. All right, man, take it easy, brother. Chris Jones. If they were smart, they're not going to be able to win Super Bowls without him. So Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, and Chris Jones. Those are like the 4 pieces you need to be able to get back. So I would assume he will be in KC. Seattle fans are hoping that he'll leave and come there, but it's just, a kind of a wishful thinking. Just like every other team would love to have him. Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame. Ooh, New York strip. Save me a piece. Save me a bite. Save me a piece of corn. Nice, man. I'm jealous. I'm going to Olive Garden after the game, though. So I'm going to have some soup. I'm going to have breadsticks. And then I'm going to have the chicken Alfredo, fettuccine Alfredo, but I'm going to do the crispy chicken, which is amazing. And then probably go to a karaoke spot where we went last night. So yeah. But also, too, Mo Gumbo, she's a huge, huge USC fan and obviously a Seahawks fan. So there's going to be a little bias there, and just like anyone would, like with me and the Ducks and the Mariners. And, like if someone was going to say something about like King Griffey Jr. or something like that. But, a lot of college programs, end up suffering based on what either the coach or the school does, either with them knowing or not knowing behind their back. Because you got to understand, Pete Carroll could be the coach, just like Chip Kelly was the coach, but you don't know what the boosters are doing, in the fucking, college dorm room, leaving a sack a duffel bag with 10 grand in it. It's not like the coaches know unless the player tells them. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be all kinds of illegal shit that goes on. And, Reggie Bush's Heisman should be given back to him. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, and hopefully they end up giving it back to him because it's just ridiculous. But that's kind of my take. And also too, if there's cheating going on in Oregon and USC and every Pac-12 school, what do you think is fucking happening in the Big Ten and the SEC? The cheating is even on a bigger level than our schools. We're like the secondary, we're like the third conference. It's like SEC, Big Ten, Pac-12. We're ahead of the Big 12 and the MAC and the ACC typically. So if we're cheating, imagine what Alabama has done in the last 20 years. Imagine what Georgia's doing right now. Imagine Ohio State and Michigan and all their violations that are covered up, So I think that everyone is just kind of on the same playing field, If they say if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, but, you're going to have a trickle-down domino effect, with all of that. And obviously with Paul Allen passing away, it's hurt the Seahawks and Blazers tremendously, not having the right people running the team. When you had an owner like Paul Allen. I think, me and Megan both miss Paul, but you can also feel the impact where, it's like Paul Allen's sister, in the group, trying to run shit for the Blazers. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it. You're part of the Allen family, but you're not Paul. You know what I mean? We need the right people at the right time. And we were just blessed to have Paul when we did. Oh, what happened to my hands? $20. Let's get to a hundo. Yeah, and also like Mo Gumbo, out in Texas. With like obviously Texas football now is kind of getting on the scene, and we know how big high school football is out there. I got a buddy that lives out there, and they shut down the towns like in Friday Night Lights, like for real. So I mean, there's always gonna be someone doing something that they're not supposed to do, and it's unfortunate, but that's even with NIL deals now, it's really gonna not change. You're still gonna have the illegal recruiting and illegal shit going on. You know what I mean? Like they're having a meeting with the parents, and all of a sudden the parents have a brand new Escalade, and then they have like extra money in their bank account. Like, oh, I wonder how that got there. Of course, they're always finding ways to get money to these parents to get their kid to be able to go to the school. Because obviously, if you end up getting someone that's really talented, like a Tim Tebow, with Urban Meyer, if you guys watch Swamp Kings, if he didn't land Tebow, he would have been fired. He would have gotten fired a year or two after that, 100%. But getting Tebow ended up leading to almost 3 championships, right? But they got 2 in 4 years or 2 in 3 years when they could have maybe had 3 in 4 years. So that's just kind of my take on it. Nice. Chuck, get him. There we go. This game is a lot closer than people think. The Frank Costanza challenge, huh? Ten-3 Texas. I like seeing that. Alabama fans would be fucking frustrated if they lose, but then Florida State and the other teams would love it. But having Georgia and Bama and Michigan and Ohio State and and those teams being good every year is nice. But it's always also kind of nice to be able to see a newbie in there too, like a Florida State. What a punt! Inside the 5. Washington State on Wisconsin 7-0. Nice. Texas Tech is threatening for another touchdown. Ewers steps up. He's tall and lanky. And it was nice to see McCord actually play a pretty good game for fucking Ohio State after shitting the bed week 1. I believe he had 3 touchdown passes this week and got the dub. So that's nice, I mean, after all the slander that he ended up getting for being terrible week 1, which it was warranted. He was bad, Ohio State's quarterback. But it looks, I'm not saying he solved his problems, but at least it's a little bit better now. Oh, I got you. $10 holla. Nice little run. Gain of a couple. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. I got a $10 holla. Thank you. I'll get you some hack during the commercial break here in a second. 30 doll hairs. Megan is holding it down. 70 to go. I appreciate you. Second down and 7 for the Ducks. Less than 9 minutes to go. We're up by 2. Handoff. Now that Texas Tech defense is getting a little bit more stifling. Third and 6. False start. Golly, another false start. What is going on, Matt? And I'll get some hack photos up here for you in just a second once we get to commercial break. Third down and 11. Oregon 15, Texas Tech 13. Oregon in their own end zone. Bo Nix, little check down. Yeah, don't fumble it, jumping in the air like that. All right. Well, now we're going to have to punt and rely on our defense to hopefully force a 3 and out or maybe a first down and a 3 and out. And then hopefully we have one chance with about 2 minutes left to be able to get at least a field goal or a touchdown before halftime. Unless we come up with a big defensive play like a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown or a sack lunch. That would be great. This would be the time to be able to get one. Don't expect any fake punts, here. We're not Dan Campbell, all right? We ain't doing no fake punt in our own end zone. All right, Ducks with the punt. Wow, what a punt. Jesus Christ. Hit him. Uh-oh. Shit. Ran into his own guy. What an idiot. That guy, if he would have bounced it to the outside, he could have been gone. Wow. Hopefully that's a hold on Texas Tech. But at least this is an entertaining game. I wouldn't want this game to be like 15-0 right now. I'm glad that it's close. It makes it more exciting for fans when we actually could lose. It's on Oregon. Motherfuck. Like that game last week with Portland State, I wasn't really feeling that game. It's like 81-7. I mean, it was 7-7, and then after that, it was just like kind of disgusting. It's like I want to be able to see a close game, not a rout of 60, or 70. Because it's like, yeah, anyone loves a big win, but 81-7 is goddamn ridiculous. Like, what is it? Like a Madden score or college football against a little kid? It's like. Get some more likes. Let's do it. Shout out to the people that have subbed to the channel. I think we had one so far in the stream. 71 subs to 20,000. Let's go. First down and 10. Chuck. Almost picked. You can't get pissed off. And like I said, we're on the road, and when we're on the road, it's going to lead to more mistakes. Wow, that could have been picked. Just like I was saying, you need a big pick, a big sack lunch, a big fumble for a touchdown, a sack lunch, something, to be able to, gain that Uncle Mo. But obviously, mental errors on the offensive line with the false starts, and our secondary is not good. And that's why, being an Oregon fan, saying that we're going to go undefeated is like the dumbest shit ever. Like, oh, Oregon's going to make a playoff. Like, on what planet? Not this one. We're not good enough. We don't even have an NFL player on defense. Or if we do, he won't be a very good one. It's not like we have Christian Gonzalez still or Kayvon Thibodeau. So, yeah, I don't know. That's true. Sometimes you get upsets, though, like Appalachian State versus Michigan. They actually were running the clock. You know what I mean? They weren't really trying to throw up like a 90 or 100, Portland State is like such a low school, you know what I mean? Like They weren't trying to pour it on. Hell, Bo Nix went out of the game early. They had the second and third string quarterback in. So I mean, fuck, if you can't stop the second and third string, I mean, what are we supposed to do? You know? And we have a pretty good running back room and wide receiver room. I get but we weren't pouring it on a disrespectful way. It's just like their defense just sucked that bad that we ended up putting up 81. But we put up in the 70s before, and I was actually hoping for like a 60 to 70, 77 type of thing, but I guess getting four more and getting to 81, it is what it is. All right. Trips right. We got an empty Hail Mary lineup here with the running gun. Screen pass with the trips right. Get him. There we go, Ducks. First down, Red Raiders. 13-3 Texas. I like that. I mean, Alabama fans don't like that, but I mean, the rest of us that, maybe don't really care for maybe Alabama and Georgia as much, are rooting for the underdogs. Trying to get a little Kraken logo here for you while I get you some hack photos in a second. Chuck using his legs. He's an athletic kid. No, nothing in there yet, but I'm confident we'll end up getting something in there before the day is done. Second down and 5, 15-13 Oregon, less than 5 minutes to go. 13-3 Texas on Alabama. Shotgun set to Shuck. Handoff. Nope. Keeper. Nice little RPO there. Let me look at the schedule. I'm going to look right now. Obviously, Bucks Vikings for me. Niners Steelers for sure. Dolphins Chargers. Packers Bears. Cowboys Giants. Bills Jets. I mean, there's a lot of good matchups, and there's some kind of even the Raiders in Denver or the Rams and Seahawks where it's like you don't really know what's going to happen, but you kind of do. Shot, get it, yeah, fumble, 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 fumble. Yes, my play that I wanted, and I got it, baby. Sometimes you need a fumble. Sometimes you need a pick six. Sometimes you need a sack lunch. You talk about it. You talk about it. The sports gods listen, and then you wait a couple minutes, and boom, there it is. There it is. There we go. ESP all day, every day, baby. I'm telling you, Matt, those people that don't believe that I got that ESP, I'm telling you, I called that pick six in that Detroit Lion game, obviously against the Chiefs, and it might not be like right away, like the next play after, but it's coming. And there it is. Let's go, baby. Sometimes you know. And when you know, baby. Let's go. Little hack for you. Appreciate you. Keep looking until I end up getting a bigger logo. All those are too little. Oh, here it is. I was like looking and looking and looking. I was like, where the hell is my big logo at? I was like, all these little ass ones. I need the real one. Here we go. Jeez. Those other ones are just like way too tiny. Here we go. Some proper representation. There we go. I knew I had it. Now I just got to they got to be able to make a spinning logo out of that with that size. That way I can use it in the Kraken streams. There we go. Fumble. He coughed it up. Well, I think that the Hawks game it doesn't really have as much excitement to outsiders because the Rams are terrible. If you were playing the Cardinals or Rams in the first game, you guys should win. Like if you're a Hawk fan, you're really excited because it's your team. But if it's just like outsiders, I don't think a lot of people are like, oh my god, I have to watch the Hawks and Rams. Like I feel that most people think you're going to beat the shit out of them. So Eagles blow out the Pats. All right, no problem. I appreciate you. Yeah, it happens, Aussie 12. You know that. Look at Bo Nix's yards 2,855, 2,803, all the yards. But still, even if he goes to the NFL, I don't think he'll be a starter. He'll be a backup. And then if someone gets hurt, he might get a shot. But, he'll end up being kind of like, maybe like a Zach Wilson type of guy where you're just on the bench. I think obviously Drake May's better. Michael Penix Jr. is better. Caleb is better. But you never know. Maybe Bo Nix can find an opportunity somewhere, like with like New England or something, and maybe he can end up being the guy. You never know. Talk soon. Appreciate you. Yeah, they cut Zappy and Cunningham, the brother who is really athletic, that they could have used him for packages because they're tanking for a quarterback, I believe. So that way they just have Mac Jones and then they can replace him and then they can end up getting maybe a Drake May or a Michael Penix Jr. I assume that's why they did that because they already knew they were going to finish in last place in the AFC East. So that way that they wouldn't have, those guys there. So that way it's either Mac, does well or he fails. Bo next, screen pass. What happened to my hands? Come on. Yeah, but it was very strange cutting Zappy and Cunningham. Unless they just wanted Brian Hoyer to come back. Bill Belichick loves Brian Hoyer as like a backup. Yeah, but it's gonna be super fun tomorrow. And like I said, I might do a game in the morning, depending on what is available, and then I'll maybe do reaction videos in the afternoon for the morning games, at least a couple to get the views and the subs. There we go. QB sneak, first down, Ducks, and then I'll do Sunday night football. And then after that's over, reaction videos Sunday night, Monday morning, all day, and then we'll do Monday night football. And then I'll do more reaction videos on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. And hopefully, and then maybe do a couple college reaction videos too, to like Colorado and maybe USC and certain teams. Try to kind of showcase the quarterbacks and whatnot. Next, another screen pass. Bucky Irving. There we go, Bucky. There we go, Bucky. There we go, Bucky. Woo! First down, Ducks. Nice job, Bucky. We're going to get a touchdown here before fucking the half. Let's go, Bo! Incomplete. I wonder if that's a hold on the offensive line. God damn it, illegal formation. Golly. We got to get a touchdown here to get us a 22-13 lead so we feel good about ourselves, with all these mistakes in the first half. But we are on the road, so I mean, I'm not too shocked, but it is what it is. First down at 18. Let's go. Come on, Bo. But I'd rather have Bo Nix than Tyler Shuck. That's for damn sure. I'm glad that Bo's here. Incomplete. Ryan Jr., he's like, you didn't run the right route, Bo's saying. That could have been an easy touchdown. He slipped, and that's why he slipped twice. I mean, if he didn't slip twice, that's a touchdown. Rain has got Hoyer, probably pissed Billy B off. Yep. Oh, yeah. O'Connell played great, bro. Like, who would have thought that after Carr left, that, at least you have someone that's kind of exciting, even though it's preseason? Hopefully it carries over. And obviously, the Raiders will be looking at a quarterback in the next year. So they'll be looking for someone new to take over. Unless O'Connell ends up being like the guy. You never know. Still need to firm up that O-line and that defense. Let's go, baby. I'm going to go get my Snapple here real quick. And feed Paisley and get her some new water and whatnot. So, all right, I'm back. 15-13 Ducks. Let's go, baby. Go. Whittington. All right, time for a field goal. We got a good field goal kicker. I mean, unless they want to, you know, 18-13 is still good momentum going into halftime. So yeah, a guy. I was actually very impressed with him in preseason. I actually think that I mean, obviously the O line is suspect, and there's no Darren Waller. So some of the pieces aren't there that were there, and some of the pieces are still kind of the same with the O line. Colton Miller, and you need more help. Defense has got Chandler Jones, who's disgruntled, can't even work out in the facility. But Max Crosby is a beast. He's one of the best in the world. So it's a give and take, but we'll see where it goes. Yeah, if I'm the Ducks right here, I kick the field goal. You have a good field goal kicker. Don't fucking just waste an opportunity going for a Bo Nix throw, and then something crazy happens like a pick six or a fumble for a touchdown, and then they have the momentum, and then we might lose. So take the field goal, take the easy points, and we'll take the 18-13 lead going into halftime. 28-yard attempt. Good snap. Kick is up. It's a gimme, and it's good. Nice job, Camden. Packers, Bears. It would be really sweet to see the Bears beat them. Justin Fields season. I don't know if they can, but it would be sweet. It'd be nice to see the Bears and Lions do good, and the Packers and the Vikings maybe take a little bit of a step back. Those two teams have been good for a while. Vikings last year was their first year of like breaking out. Obviously with their new head coach that they ended up getting Kevin O'Connell from the Rams when they won the Super Bowl, right? But I don't know. Like I'm kind of like, Lions and Bears, like being at the bottom all these years. I want to see them, rise towards the top. The cream always rises to the top, right? That's what Macho Man used to say. Oh yeah. All right, Ducks, 18-13. I mean, it's not the lead that we wanted, but at least we're ahead on the road. Lots of mistakes with PI. Secondaries played like shit. Offensive line has played like shit, and that's a problem. That's why the Ducks are not going to win the Pac-12 because the O line and the defense, I don't think they're going to be able to compete with the big boys. And even though our offense can be good, I just don't know if we're going to be able to beat USC, Utah, Oregon State, Washington, Colorado. I mean, there is a good chance that we can compete, but we're not going to win all those games. There's a good chance that we lose, 2, 3, 4 games. I don't think we'll lose 5, but I think losing 3 to 4 games is realistic. And hopefully we only lose like 2, but 3 to 4 might be more realistic, especially if the O line and the defense struggle. Oregon 18, Texas Tech 13, Camden Lewis, 28-yard field goal is good. Go Ducks. 12 for 20, 80 yards and 2 TDs. Maybe really sweet if we could end up getting another interception or fumble, sack lunch. Get him. Don't hit him late. He hit him late. He hit him late. God, golly. Don't hit him late. Don't hit him late. And they hit him late. Idiot. Fucking what is Oregon doing? I'm telling you, this Dan Lanning experiment is not for me. I'm not a big fan of the guy. You know what I mean? Like I don't like him. I would have rather kept Mario Cristobal, but he wanted to go back to the U, which was stupid. He should have stayed at Oregon, and then who knows where we would be recruiting wise. Because I think Mario Cristobal is like Dan Campbell, that type of guy. What I mean? Offensive line, defensive line, that kind of like real, genuine kind of guy. I don't feel Dan Lanning is genuine. You know what I'm saying? He's a product of the SEC that just took this fucking job. Not a fan. I don't know how many Duck fans would agree with me, but I mean, I don't know. I don't, you know, 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for a sack lunch. Yum, 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 yum. I loved, Mike Bellotti. That was like a safe, like a Tony Dungy, like old school guy. Then we ended up getting Chip Kelly, which was like John Gruden to get us over the hump. But all those coaches like Helfrich and all these other motherfuckers after, I don't like them. I don't like them. The only one that I've really liked as much as Chip or close to Chip was Mario Cristobal. And then he fucking left. Son of a bitch. But I know why he left. He wanted to go back to his alma mater. But I mean, what did you think? You were going to turn the U back into the U? And Clinton Portis ain't walking through that door. Sean Taylor, rest in peace, is not going through the door. It's not, you're not going to have Jeremy Shockey walking through that door. It's not the same type of team. Warren Sapp ain't coming through the door. The U is not going to be the same type of team that was, in the early 2000s or in the 80s when they had Michael Irvin. Wow. UNC and Appalachian State. Oh, wow. Drake May. He hasn't been playing good. But again, his talented wide receivers went to the NFL. The O-line is shitty, and the running backs and wide receivers aren't really that good. So he's in the worst situation as far as a NFL quarterback that will be drafted. So, some people will be like, oh, he's not good. He is. He just doesn't have the supporting cast like he did last year. I still would take him on my Buccaneers, even if he does struggle this year. Chuck steps up in the pocket. Uh-oh. Johnson with the tackle. All right, we got 20 seconds and counting. Wow, that is crazy. I didn't even realize that it was that crazy of a score. We'll go over the scores here at halftime, too. I'm going to take a peek now since Mo Gumbo's got my interest peaked now. 13-6, Texas. So Alabama is a fraud. Is that what we're saying right now? Alabama is a fraud if they're number 3 in the country and they have 6 points? I mean, or is it just Texas and Alabama's defense so good that the offenses are shit? What's the scenario here? Alabama's a fraud, or is the offense just blow for both teams? And the defenses are beast mode. Washington State 14, Wisconsin 6. I like that. Wow, Appalachian State just beat North Carolina. Or no, it's 34-27. Wow, North Carolina might lose. Shit. 34-27 now, Appalachian State. But I mean, if Alabama and Georgia are supposed to be Alabama and Georgia, they're supposed to blow out everyone. It don't matter who they play. If they're the real deal, you blow out everyone except when you play each other. Right? I mean, that's how it was in the past. Alabama was good, blow everybody out, we win. Right? Georgia blows everyone out, we win. But now it's like you're getting these other teams that are kind of like, they're getting closer, which is nice to see. We need to have some parity in college football. Oh, here we go. Here's someone that makes your ears bleed, right? Oh, Acho, you're fucking terrible. Every time you talk, I don't listen. Acho, you're terrible. You're fake. All you do is scream and yell, and you have horrible takes. You're just like Shady McCoy. You shouldn't be on TV. You're a wannabe. You're a wannabe. All right? You're a wannabe Nate Burleson. You'll never be Nate. Acho, what a punk. He sucks. So many of these guys that are on TV are just so cringy. They're so fucking terrible. His voice is annoying. He doesn't have any good takes. Like, I feel bad for sports fans that don't watch YouTube because you're actually watching these shows that are on ESPN and FS1 and you think that shit is good. No, that shit is terrible. It's making you dumber if you watch those shows with those terrible takes. 3rd down and 9. 13 seconds left before halftime. 18-13 Ducks. Let's go, baby. Get him! Zach Lunch's ass! Fuck. Got it. Motherfuck. First down, Red Raiders. All right. They just fucking previous plays under review. What's going on here? Have you actually caught it? Every stupid person network. For real though. Like everyone thinks it's not the same ESPN like when Stuart Scott was on. When like that was the only show that had highlights. Now everyone does. So now you don't have the same type of personalities that are there. Like nobody watches it except for Monday Night Football. And if you do, God bless your soul. Because I mean, you probably got much dumber watching that network. Even FS1, like now they don't have Shannon there. Like what? I'm gonna watch Skip Bayless be an idiot, and then I got to talk and listen to Richard Sherman, who's actually really intelligent, right? But you got him paired up with Michael Irvin there and Keyshawn. No thanks. Like the only one that's worth listening to is fucking Richard Sherman, and I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to Richard Sherman. So it's like you got four guys that I don't give a shit about, and all you do is yell and scream over each other. Like that, if people think that's sports talk, people yelling over each other and arguing over dumb takes. I mean, you're wasting your fucking time. You might as well come to YouTube and watch me or some of the other people that are on fucking YouTube. Facts. Yeah, and they're biased as fuck too. Elliot in the building. Padre signed Profar. Really? Shut up. Did he really? No way. When did that happen? You got to be lying. That did not happen, did it? I did not hear about that. When did that happen? Why didn't you message me? You should have messaged me. Field goal is up. No good. Dude, that's awesome. Go over the scores here in a second. Wow, that is so crazy. There he is. Kim, Tatis, Soto, Machado, Bogarts, Capusano, dude, he should have never left, right? I had to put in the call for you and be like, Elliott really loves, throw it far, hit it far, throw it far, pro far, Jurickson, bring him back. And then they did. Wow. How cool is that? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, the defense doesn't have enough pieces in the O line, so that's always going to make me kind of question where they're going to go. And regardless of who you have a head coach, hell, you could have had Sean Payton come in to the Raiders, but if you don't have O line and you don't have defense, you can't expect to be able to compete, all the time. So, goddamn, Acho, be quiet, right? Golly, and Acho got a goddamn lisp when he talks too. It's like, I don't care if you're white, black, Asian, Mexican, Puerto Rican, Australian, but when you're annoying, you're fucking annoying. And you get these people that are just goddamn terrible. Like the networks think that they need to have former players on the mic, but just because they played doesn't mean they're good on the mic and can express themselves properly on the microphone. Just because you played doesn't mean you're qualified to be on the microphone. Facts. Terrible. All right, so Mo Gumbo with the picks and stuff. Are you going to send me like a sheet? What are we talking about with the picks? Because like I'm going to be going out to Olive Garden and going out to like karaoke with my girl or whatever at after this game is over. So what is it? It's just like predictions for each game. Now, do I have to? Is it like scores or just who the winner is going to be? Because I mean, I'm not going to be able to predict the scores, and then hell, I might not even be able to predict the actual winners because NFL is tough. I'll do my best to help you out. But I mean, sometimes you get kind of unexpected results on the NFL side. I mean, I'll do my best for you. With that league that you're doing with that, with the bar and with all the picks and whatnot. But I mean, picking NFL games is not as easy as it sounds. It really isn't. Even for someone like me that covers all 32 teams in depth, it's very difficult. You got to go and look to see who's hurt. You got to see if it's home or away. You got to see if it's day or night. Grass or turf. I got to look to see how many games they played in the past. Like, there's a lot of shit that you got to go through. So, God, golly, Acho, you're terrible. 13-6 Texas. Oh, you're terrible. All right, Tennessee 30. Let's go through the top 25. All right, so we got Tennessee 30, Austin Pay 13, North Carolina 40, Appalachian State 34 in double OT. It's still going on. Oklahoma 27, SMU 11. Texas, Alabama 13-6. Texas is 11 in the country. Alabama is 3. LSU 28, Grambling 10. Washington State showing you that the Pac-12 actually has good teams. They're beating up Wisconsin, who's ranked number 19, 17-6, and Washington State will win that game. Florida State 7, Southern Miss 0. Georgia 45, Ball State 3. Ohio State 35, Youngstown State 7. Good to see McCord get back on track. Penn State 63, Delaware 7. Like, what the fuck? Penn State, Delaware? What the fuck is that? Notre Dame 45, NC State 24. Go Irish for Odin's son. Utah 20, Baylor 13. Kansas State 42, Troy 13. Colorado 36, Nebraska 14. Go Prime. Clemson 66, Charleston Southern 17. 66-17, Clemson. Michigan 35, UNLV 7. Ole Miss 37, Tulane 20. A&M losing to Miami 48-33. Nice job by Cristobal to get that upset win at home. And Washington with Michael Penix Jr. 43-10 over Tulsa. And then Duke beating Lafayette 42-7. And then we got Oregon State going against UC Davis. And they're going to win at 6 p.m. They're going to end up beating the brakes off of UC Davis. Go Beavers. Marcos is there. He's going to send me pictures. And then USC going to get Stanford. USC will win. And Megan will end up being happy for that one too. Offensive line, terrible. Secondary, terrible. Our defense, terrible. We will win this game. But your prediction of when I told you I thought it would be closer and you thought it would be like 51-17, I'm not saying you're wrong, but, on the road. Now, if we were playing this team at home, that 51-17 prediction maybe could have come true. But not having the fans, cheer you on and everyone's against us and we're on the road, it's a little bit more difficult. And obviously it shows you we could beat Portland State, but again, we're not a good team. Our offensive line and defense is not good. There is a real possibility that the Ducks finished in 4th or 5th and 6th in the Pac-12. Oregon, Oregon State, USC, Washington, Utah, Colorado. A lot of those teams don't have defense either. But I mean, like I said, be ready. We might end up being like an 8-4, 7-5 team. I mean, I hope that we're like 9-3, but don't be surprised if we finish in 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th, not 1st and 2nd in the Pac-12. I hope we finish 1st or 2nd, but I don't see it happening with no O-line being consistent, and the defense, specifically the secondary, is terrible. So that's my 2 cents. So you let me know if you think any differently. True. I'm rooting for them. Ah, that's awesome. I'm glad that they ended up doing that. Right. But like I said, it all depends on flow of the game. Instead of being like run, run, pass, sometimes you got to do pass, pass, run. Instead of like run, run, play action, run, run, pass. That's like predictable. Sometimes you got to hit a play action on 1st down, and then go pass, pass, run, or pass, pass, play action, or play action, pass, run. Instead of like passing on 3rd down, doing a draw, or running on 3rd down. Instead of just being like screen pass, screen pass, screen pass. I mean, everyone in college football does that. So. 30 dull hairs. Let's get to a hundo. 70 to go. Exactly. And also, too, there's going to be new teams that emerge. Like the Lions and Bears could make the playoffs this year. Like, let's say there's an injury to Jordan Love and the Vikings just don't play well. Then all of a sudden, like, let's say the Lions win 11 games and the Bears win 10 and Packers win 10, but there's like a tie break. And then, the Vikings win 8. Like, you never know how things are going to shake out with injuries. That's another thing that we can, really not predict is injuries. So. Yeah, but we don't have the personnel to put a spy. Who are we going to put as a spy? Look at the defensive players that we have. Do we even have any NFL players? I don't see Kayvon Thibodeau out there. I don't see McKinley at safety back there. I don't see Eric Armstead. I don't see DeForest Buckner. I don't see Patrick Chung. I don't see Walter Thurman III. Our defense is not. I've been watching since the mid '80s. I'm not going to be right about everything, but one thing I do know is our O line is better than our defense, but even our O line is struggling right now. A lot of mental errors, with mistakes. Our O line was better last year when they were one of the top 5 groups in all of college football. They're not this year. I still think they're going to be pretty good, but the defense is terrible. So, you know, and you got to think Shuck is an athlete. So if I'm Texas Tech, I'm using him as a runner. I'm running RPOs. I'm running, little bootlegs. I'm letting him use his legs because Oregon doesn't have fast sideline to sideline guys, to be able to make the big plays. This isn't the days with Mallard and Mitchell, when we had linebackers back in the day, like in the early 2000s, you know, uh, you know, when we had the triple M's, old school, Urban Meyer, Swamp Kings. I mean, like I said, and if Oregon was so good and we would have mopped the floor with Portland State, there's no way in hell we would only be up by 5 right now if we were like a Pac-12 best team, or even if we were a top 2 Pac-12 team. Like I said, I know sometimes you start slow, but if we're the real deal, like we have been with Justin Herbert and obviously Mariota, we probably have put up like high 20s, and they probably have 3. I mean, that's just the reality. But you'll find out as we go throughout the season, and I hope that we can finish in first and second, but don't be surprised if we finish third, fourth, fifth in the Pac-12. It's going to be tough. Lots of good teams. This is the most competition that we've had in the Pac-12. Normally there's 4 good teams. Now Oregon State and Colorado are good. So now it throws a curveball, a monkey wrench, because we could lose to Oregon State. Shit, we have. We can lose to Colorado week 4 in Austin, right? I mean, it's possible. All right, $30 in donos, nothing on the Cash App just yet, and hopefully we'll get a goat to help us out before the stream is finished. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But also, like I said, it helps that he has his son, and his son is actually a baller. Imagine if he didn't have his son at quarterback. We're not talking about Colorado today. Like I said, if they just have an average quarterback, probably 1-1 right now, or maybe even 0-2. So it's not just Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders. It's a lot of collective pieces. But it definitely helps when you have Travis Hunter playing corner and wide receiver, and Sanders, who's going to be in the Heisman running, where he's got 9 touchdowns and no picks. Now, if he doesn't have his son quarterbacking for him, we are not talking about Colorado because they wouldn't have beaten TCU week 1. Facts. But I do love that it's bringing awareness to college football. And I'll be honest, every time Colorado is on in the morning, I'm watching. That's the game I'm watching. I don't care who they're playing. I want to watch primetime do his thing. And Colorado now is must-see TV. I don't know if you guys are the same way, but I'm waking up at 9 a.m. and I'm watching Colorado over Ohio State or Michigan or whoever else is playing in the morning because I want to see if they can keep it going. You know, yeah, it's exciting. He's bringing more awareness to college football, and I love it. It's the biggest story in college football this year. It's great. And he's got swag, just like he did when he was on the Florida State Seminoles, just like he was on the Atlanta Falcons, right? On the Atlanta Braves, the Niners, the Cowboys. When he has his stunner shades and his hoodie, he's just got that swagger. It's like you just when you look at someone, you can tell if it's genuine or if it's fake. Are they real or are they fake? And prime time is real, and he's a great motivator. You know what I mean? And he's great for college football. He really is. He's probably like the first former player, right, that has been able to do this type of impact. And I really remember. I don't remember any other former player, but also Dion is recognized as maybe the greatest corner of all time. I mean, there's a lot of other guys from the past that you could put into consideration. We obviously know Champ Bailey was great, and Charles Woodson was great, and some of the old school players from like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. There's been a lot of amazing corners, right? But I would say most people would have Dion in their top 2, if not the best. So Little ESP, baby. I mean, I'm gonna ESP that shit over and over and over and over. I mean, shit. If ESPN was actually looking for ratings, again, they would hire every single big streamer that's on YouTube that does sports, or YouTube creates their own, the YouTube Sports Network, right? The YSN, and then you have specifically the best five, or six or seven YouTubers that do sports. They're on the YouTube Sports Network together, and they have their own little clique. And if they do that, I guarantee that that's going to get more ratings and views than anybody on TV, unless it's like Gus Johnson calling a game. And that's a big reason why I like watching Colorado. Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt are the equivalent, right, to CBS's Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, but they're better because Nantz is well spoken. Romo does ESP like me, right? And that's great for CBS and the AFC games. But Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt give you that college football feel, and no one is better than energy than Gus Johnson. Period. Gus is the best. I emulate Mike's style because I look up to him. He's one of my idols. There's certain guys that I look up to, and some of the old school guys. Obviously, Madden, Summerall, they were my favorite growing up as kids. But now it's definitely Gus Johnson and Joel Klatt as a duo. Facts. No. But also, too, it's not only believing in yourself, you have to have players. Now, if Colorado didn't have the players, they're 0-2. And we're saying, well, maybe primetime will get it next year. Or maybe they can hit 7 wins this year and then build on that next year. So you have to have athletes. Acho, shut the fuck up. Who's more annoying, Chris Collinsworth or Acho? Both. Could you imagine if it was Collinsworth and Acho calling a game? Jesus Christ. North Carolina wins 40-34. Wow. They got lucky. Let's put up a Coach Prime photo. He's deserving of one. Coach Prime, we'll be waiting for you. Week 4. And I honestly think that there is a legitimate shot we lose that game. Like, Colorado, I mean, I know their defense is bad like ours, but I think the one thing that will help the Ducks win that game is the crowd. The crowd will be standing up the whole time. You'll have fucking grandmas and grandpas going crazy. And I love energy. And energy games is what I live for. So I might try to go to that game. If I'm not recording, then I'm going to be there in the front row more than likely, or within the first 10 rows. I know tickets are going to be extra expensive just because, of the matchup and its prime. So swagger all day, every day. It's cool. Like Colorado's on the map now, but then they're going to what, the Big 12? After the Pac 12 split up, they decided to go there. Too bad Colorado isn't a part of the Big 10. That would have been cool. But again, if he goes to the Big 12, maybe they'll end up starting to win the Big 12 one day, and they can compete with Oklahoma and they could be like the 2 top teams. But I've always liked Dion. Like I said, out of my 5 favorite players, right? Out of all my players that I've always loved, right? Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. I was a Niners kid, right? Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Barry Sanders, Bo Jackson, Dion. Those are my 5 favorite by far. So, yeah. So Colorado, and Nebraska and all their other rivalries that they have. But maybe one day if Colorado keeps recruiting, maybe they can even be better than Oklahoma. That's the goal, to be that right there, 1-2 with Oklahoma at the top. So prime time, prime time. Yeah. I mean, the guy is the epitome of swagger. It's just crazy that he had to have some of his toes removed and he was having some of those surgeries. I'll show you a picture of the epitome of swagger right here. Are you kidding me? Whoever had Dion was going to win the Super Bowl, right? After Joe Montana, it was Steve Young. And wherever Dion was in 94 and 95, that team was going to win the Super Bowl. So if he would have re-signed with the Niners in 95, the Niners would have went back to back. But he went to the Cowboys, and then the Cowboys won in 95. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And to me, the person that had the most swag when they played, you look good, you feel good, you play good. He said it, and I don't think there's been anyone to be able to dress the way that he did, and obviously, talk shit but back it up. The red jersey looks fire with the 71st anniversary. That's the 1994 jersey. Obviously, you get that with the Derek Thomas with the Chiefs. You get that with the Barry Sanders. That is the most epic patch on any jersey, Mitchell and Ness, right? And obviously, you don't even see the NFL logo underneath the chin, right? But I haven't bought one yet. But at some point, I will buy the white Dion and the red Dion and add that to my collection with those patches and the do rag. I mean, nothing is more swaggier than that. Period. It's just a fucking G. I mean, obviously, a lot of people remember him on the Cowboys, for the swagger and then the punt returns, the kick returns. Obviously, playing wide receiver and then making some plays. But to me, this is the most swaggy Dion of all time. I mean, obviously, the Florida State one is swaggy, Atlanta Falcons is swaggy, but to me, 49ers Dion was the best. That one was the swaggiest, but obviously, him and the Cowboys is pretty fire too. I mean, just based on how he looked. But the most swagger came out obviously with the Cowboys, at that time, right? Where you remember plays like this on the regular. Like it's imprinted in your fucking brain forever. You think Deion Sanders? What's the first people think of? Florida State? Nope. Atlanta? Nope. They think this right here. That's what they think. And that was swag. That made the Dallas Cowboys like cool. It's like Deion was there. So all the people that hated the Cowboys were like, well, I don't really like the Cowboys, but I love Deion. Troy Aikman, Emmett Smith, Michael Irvin, Deion. They were likable unless you were a Niner fan. All right, you have Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. But I mean, this is the epitome of swagger. You go anywhere and you turn that franchise into a franchise of swagger, right? And this is what we got now. I love it. All right, here we go. Second half. Go Ducks. Yeah, if I wasn't a Buck fan, I would have ended up being a Niner fan. But you guys didn't have enough defense for me. I'm a defensive guy. I'm a linebacker, safety kind of guy first, and then D tackle, DN, corner. I like defense first. So obviously, I had to wait one more year, and I didn't want to be a bandwagon fan. Like, oh, look at me! Oh, 4 championships with Joe Montana. One with Steve Young and Dion, and then I just had a feeling that they weren't going to win ever again, or not for a long time. And then I waited one more year until I was 13 in '95, and the Bucks selected Warren Sapp and Derek Brooks. John Lynch was there. I was like, "Yep, that's my team. That's the epitome of who I am." Chuck floater, PI. Yep, PI. Idiot. That's a not an interception. That's pass interference. Damn it. Pasta. Oh, Dion would have way more picks at that. Before there was, Revis Island, Dion was the original. They never threw his way. They knew better. But Revis wasn't really a guy that could intercept it and score a touchdown. He was more just like coverage, you know, like Champ Bailey and Charles Woodson. Like some of these guys could run back pick sixes, or like Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed from the safety position, you know. Like Ed Reed was more of a guy that could get the touchdowns back. Polamalu would just make the incredible athletic plays. Handoff. Wow. Wow. First down, Red Raiders. Move the chains. My goodness. Good offensive line protection up front, even though they were holding on that play like a motherfucker. Hit him. There you go. Sit down. Yeah, Dion is always one of my main favorites. So. I mean, it's one thing if you're going to talk shit, but if you can back it up, and whatnot. But sometimes you don't need to talk shit. But wide receivers love to talk shit too. So they're not used to having a corner, go at them like the wide receivers go at the corners verbally. And then they found out real quick that Dion was different. Because Dion could play wide receiver. He could end up being a punt returner, a kick returner, right? And imagine if Dion was playing today, they would line him up at quarterback and then run an RPO with him. Like it would be wild. They would pull out all the tricks with Dion. Kind of like a Deebo Samuel, but even elevated. Big facts. I mean, he wouldn't be able to run like Deebo because he's a skinnier frame type of guy. But I mean, if you had good blocking up front, I mean, he could probably bounce it to the outside, running a RPO and get some big yards once in a while. I don't think that would be crazy to think. I mean, he played wide receiver for the Cowboys for a few plays here and there. Little dump down. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tackle his bitch ass. Uh-oh. Texas Tech about to score. Fuck. Defense is terrible. Like I said, for every Duck fan that thought we were going to go to the Natty, that we were going to go to the playoff, that we're going to win the Pac-12, you're fucking wrong. And like I said, these people that are in these Duck forums are fucking stupid. I can't talk to people that don't know football. You obviously don't watch the games. You don't know who's on the team. You realize that we don't have NFL players. So how are we going to win the Pac-12 when the defense is terrible and the O-line is suspect? You tell me that, Touchdown, Red Raiders. And what did I say? I said Tyler Shuck needs to use his legs because he can use them as a weapon. There's the touchdown. There's the game plan. There's the lead. Don't be surprised. Dumb. I mean, it's okay to say when your team sucks. You don't want to sound like an idiot and act like everything is good when it's not. Oh, our defense is good. Our O-line is good. Really? It is? Why? Because we beat Portland State 81-7? I mean, extra point is up, and it's good. 20-18. Golly. Oh, yeah. Dion was like Tyreek the free kill back then. 100%. 100%. You know what I mean? And honestly, like most people would assume, that if I'm a Duck fan or, a Mariner fan, that I'm just going to be like overly biased all the time, but not. I keep it real. It's just annoying when you talk to people that think they know football. And like I said, even me, I don't know everything. I read a lot. I read more than most people. Obviously, I feel like I know more than anybody on YouTube. That's for damn sure that does the sports. Because I'm reading 4 to 6 hours a day. I mean, unless you can find me someone on YouTube that does sports live play-by-play and reactions that actually reads 4 to 6 hours a day, I'd like you to point me to that person. But to my knowledge, I don't think anyone is doing that, let alone covering all 32 teams on the NFL and college football and NBA and college hoops and NHL and NASCAR and AEW and WWE, you know. But it's like you can definitely tell the people that like watch football, but they don't understand it. They're just a product of their environment and who's around them. You got to be able to be real with it. Because if you have these high expectations, go Ducks, we're going to go to the Natty, we're going to go to the playoff, and then we lose this game, then what? You look like a fucking idiot. Like I tried telling y'all, that the team ain't good, but if anyone should be able to like get that respect, it'd be like someone that's a super fan like me. Guy that goes to the games front row behind the Duck bench and gets on TV right in front of the cheerleaders, right behind the Duck bench. I've been a fan since the 80s. I kind of know what it takes to be a good team and when a team is bad. So, yep, exactly. And that's why I'm not a part of any Tampa Bay Buccaneer or Oregon Duck or Seattle Mariner fan page on Instagram or Facebook because the majority of the people are fucking stupid. Even like you would think, like, oh, I can just hang out with a bunch of other Duck fans, but then some of them are negative, some of them don't know football, and some of them clearly don't understand that offensive line and defense win games. O line and D line are like the gasoline. You might have Bo Nix, and you might have Bucky Irving, and you have like these receivers like Troy Franklin, right? You have the Lambo that's out there, but if the Lambo got no gas, which is the O line and the D line and the defense, it ain't going nowhere. But these motherfuckers are too stupid to realize that. You feel me? Oregon 18, Texas Tech 20. Tyler Shuck, 5-yard TD run. Reese Burkhardt, PAT is good. I am the hardest working motherfucker in the biz. That's facts. Let's get our sub count out too. Right? Defense is terrible. SMH Dan Lanning is a terrible recruiter. I agree. Jerry's saying this. I would rather have Mario Cristobal and he can recruit. 100% agreed. I am not a fan of Dan Lanning. If it was me, I would fire him after this year. I would have fired him this year, honestly. I would have not kept him. So, yeah, but I am not a fan of Dan Lanning at all. Like, oh, you're the defensive coordinator for Georgia. Go fucking back. We don't want you. You know what I mean? You can't recruit, and the defense sucks. If you're going to be Dan Lanning and be the best defensive coordinator in the country, where the fuck are our Georgia players that were on the bench that weren't getting playing time that could have came to Oregon and they could have been a starter and we could have had, maybe some Haloti Natas or some Kayvon Thibodeaux. Where the fuck are they? I don't see them. They're not in fucking Eugene. So, yeah, I'm more of a Dale Earnhardt fan, but I mean, I like Chase. I don't mind Joey Logano or Kyle Busch. I actually like Ross Chastain a lot as well. So I would say usually I root for Chase and I root for. I like Ross. I like Ross Chastain, even though he's kind of crazy and wild. But my favorite was Dale Earnhardt, the Intimidator, and Dale Jr. So normally I'm not a Hendrick guy. You know what I mean? Like I do like Chase and whatnot, and obviously Kyle Larson's great, but I never was a Jimmy or a Jeff guy. I was more of a DEI or a Dale Earnhardt guy or a Dale Earnhardt Jr. guy. I just respect Chase's grind, and obviously this year was terrible for him. So Ty Gibbs, nice, hell yeah, nothing wrong with Joe Gibbs racing. 6 false starts, I know, boo. O line, terrible. Defense, even worse. I know. I've seen some Raider people on my Facebook thread saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I'm like, golly, dude. I mean, I can't even have a conversation with people that are that stupid. Like, not everyone is going to be like smart, you know what I mean? But like, just to blindly say stupid shit, it's like, yeah. So you're telling me that O'Connell is going to lead you to the Super Bowl and you're going to win with no O line and no defense besides Max Crosby and Chandler Jones, and you don't have Darren Waller or Carr. You're going to be better than you were last year. Okay. I can't have discussions like that. Ooh, Mark Martin. I love Mark Martin. Old school. But a lot of Raider fans are delusional for sure. Yeah, but they think it. Like Cowboys fans, they think that they're going to go. Oh, almost got blocked. Holy shit, it did get blocked. Fuck. Special teams, terrible. Defense, terrible. O-line, terrible. Dan Lanning, terrible. Go back to fucking Georgia. We don't want you. Let's bring back Mario Cristobal. Hell, bring back Chip Kelly. Let's get him to get out of that UCLA and come back to Oregon. Golly. Helfrich, terrible. So many of these coaches that we've had, terrible. If it ain't Mike Pilati or Chip Kelly, I don't want any part of it unless it's Mario Cristobal. And he was the first guy that I actually bought into, you know, because I thought he was genuine and real like Dan Campbell. Now we got this fake ass motherfucker from the SEC just fucking our team up. Little bitch ass. Go back to Georgia. We don't want you. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks that Cristobal is better. All right, first down and 10. Let's see if we have any defensive players at all. There we go. Thank God. Thank God. And that wasn't because of Dan Lanning. Well, the Oregon player held him, grabbed his jersey, but we'll take it. We'll take it. We need that. That wasn't Dan Lanning at all. Nice individual effort, grabbing the jersey, not getting the penalty called because you did hold the receiver, right? You grabbed his jersey. Should have been a penalty. No interception, right? But we got the pick. So should that have been not an interception and a penalty on Oregon? 100%. But if they're too stupid to call it, what can we do? I might have to throw on all the chains. This game is getting me fucking nervous. I'm going to throw all the chains on. I'm Mr. Team it. All right, I'm Mr. Teeing it now. What's better than one chain? How about six? Let's go. Reflect in the building. What's good? Intercepted Oregon. Yeah, I've seen a lot of these Raider comments from fans that are delusional, like delusional Cowboy fans, and thinking that they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win every year. It's just annoying. You can't have an educated conversation about NFL with someone when they're dumb like that. Texas went 70 yards in 2 plays stalled and missed a field goal. Oh, no way. Reflect. Let's go. Let's go. How are you? UW, baby. UW. Michael Penix Jr., UW, baby. Reflect. We lost to the Rays. That sucked. $5 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. Let me know what you want to see for photos. I got you. 35 doll hairs. We got 65 to hit the goal. Uh-oh. Bucky Irving going, no. Yeah, we did get away with holding. But I think now Duck fans are going to start listening to me a little more instead of calling me an idiot and calling me crazy, thinking that they're going to win the Pac-12 and go to the playoff just because you won 81-7 against a shitty ass team that shouldn't even have a football team in Portland State. But again, you live and you learn. You either are fucking stupid or you know football. Could we come back and win this game? Of course, but we're not, the best team in the Pac-12. You know, we could be the second or the sixth. I don't think anybody knows. USC, Oregon, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, Colorado. No one knows who the best is. Nobody. But if I had to take a guess, I would probably say USC, Washington, and Utah will be kind of towards the top, and then Oregon, Colorado, and Oregon State would be at the bottom, like top three, and then the next three. That's what I would predict. Colorado, Oregon State, and Oregon being 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there, and then Washington, Utah, and USC more than likely being the top three if Cam Rising, go. There we go. Ferguson, baby. You sent it yesterday to me in a direct message? Oh, okay. Okay, here's your sheet. Oh, I see it now. Straight up. Okay. Your profile picture. Playoffs? Yeah, ESP, bro. ESP. Especially, when I called that pick six, like I said, you're going to have people that can predict sports, but I feel like I have ESP moments every day. Like there's people that like Romo who played in the NFL and he can read, like formations and coverages. That's how he's able to predict like what's going to happen because he's seen it as a quarterback while he's calling audibles. And I didn't play in the NFL. I wasn't a quarterback. I just watch a lot of film and I read 4 to 6 hours a day. But I feel that like I see things tend to repeat themselves, but I feel like I have like ESP moments, 1 or 2 every game, no matter what I'm doing. Baseball, basketball, football, it don't matter. Third down and 1, handoff. I think I got too many chains on. All right. I'll try to be able to let you know, and I'll just break it down. I'll send you the names, boom, like each team that I feel that's going to win. And I'll get you some photos with that as well. True. That's true. That's true. I want you to get the glory. You said I can have the money in the pool. Uh-oh. 4th and 1, and we didn't get it. Idiot. That's a good Dan Lanning call right there, moron. We did not get it, I don't think. What a dumbass. Did we get the first down? Nope, we didn't. Idiot. Fucking idiot. Stupid. Why are we doing that play? Why are we running that play on 4th and 1 when you have Bucky Irving? You fucking moron. Golly. All right, let me try to find a few on Sex here. Some of them aren't formatting, and they're like awkward size, but one sec here. Appreciate your $5 holla. These will all be awkward sizes, but I mean, at least we get them on there. Is this one of your studs this year? Obviously, it looks like he was there last year as well. I appreciate you and your support and your donos. You make a donation, I pull up some photos of your favorite player or team. I got you. I got one more action shot, I think, if it will format. Most of the photos of him don't format for whatever reason, or they're like, there's issues with them, but I still got you. Appreciate you. Golly, Oregon Ducks are terrible. I have to take these chains off. I got way too many on. There's no point in me wearing 6 chains unless we're playing Colorado, which we will in a couple weeks. After this game, we have Hawaii, and then Prime coming to Eugene. All right, I'm back. Golly. All right, so I took the yellow, black, white, and yellow, black, green, and chrome and pink off, and we still got the white. Chuck, 20-18, Texas Tech. And it shows you, even though that Texas Tech is not ranked and we are, don't let that 81-7 thing fool you. And a lot of Duck fans are delusional, thinking that we're going to go to the playoff, winning the Pac-12. We're not. You don't have an offensive line. You're young. You got some guys that are experienced, but you got some guys that are going to make a lot of false starts. There's nobody on the defense that is NFL. Christian Gonzalez is not there. Kayvon Thibodeau is not there. McKinley on the back end is not there. The defense is trash. This is one of the worst defenses I've seen the Ducks have in many years. So it has to be like our offense has to outscore everybody just to be able to be in games. And that's not good because USC has to do that too, but they have better defensive players. Washington has to do that too, better defensive players. Utah, they're kind of known as balance, offense, defense, running game, defense. That's what Utah's known for. Better. Oregon State, even more athletes on the defensive side. Colorado, they're suspect on defense like us, but they're going to have, plays and spurts like us, but not all the time. So if I had to compare our defense to anybody, it's Colorado, where we both suck at defense, but we make plays once in a while. Oregon State, Washington, Utah, USC, their defenses are better than ours. At least so far, from what I've seen. Oh, first round pick. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Portland State was also predicted to finish 9th out of 12 teams in the FCS. And that, flea flicker. And of course he caught it. God, our secondary is terrible. You suck. How do you let that happen? And also, having Tyler Shuck be a former Duck quarterback, he knows how we play. He knows what to do. The secondary is terrible. Touchdown, Red Raiders. The upset is on. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oregon's defense. We don't have one. Uh-oh. Now we need Bo Nix to go off for 8 touchdown passes, or 5 touchdown passes and 3 runs, to be able to even come back and win this game. That's when you know that you are suspect, But at least I'm not stupid. At least I'm not, we're going to win the Pac-12. Oh, we're going to the playoff. On what planet? I mean, hell, even when we had Kayvon Thibodeau, we weren't good enough to make the playoff. And we don't got Justin Herbert at quarterback. What the fuck are you smoking? 26-18. Red Raiders up on the Ducks. But again, this will be a rude awakening. And of course, when we lose this game, if we do, we'll beat Hawaii, and we might end up losing to Colorado. But maybe the fans will will us to a victory. But every road game we play against USC, Oregon State, Washington, Utah, or Colorado, we will lose. Like if we play like this, obviously. Home games, we can play like shit and come back because the fans are crazy. We're one of the best, 4 stadiums in college football based off loudness and drunkenness and passion. The other 3 have 100,000 capacity. Like Alabama, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State. We only have a capacity of about 50 to 55,000, but we're just as loud, and we're going to need every single one of those guys. But it shows you, even though we have Bo Nix and we have some receivers like Troy Franklin, Bucky Irving, and Whittington, that is not good enough. Hell, even if we had DeAnthony Thomas and LaMichael James right now, we're probably still losing this game because the defense is terrible. O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. That's what wins fucking games, not the offense necessarily every game. A little $5 holla. You did? On the Cash App or on there? Oh, the $5 from before. Thank you. I appreciate you. $40 hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Yeah. But I honestly knew that this was a trap game. Hawaii doesn't have the talent to keep up with us. So regardless if we're playing in Eugene or in Hawaii, we're winning that one next week. But again, when you get a team like a Big 12 team that's in the middle, right, or an SEC team that's in the middle, or an ACC team in the middle, they might not be good, but they're not the worst. And they lost the first game, right? They're 0-1, Texas Tech. You don't think that they want to come out and win at home on national TV and be spoiler? Of course they do. So all the drunkenness, all the right, all that. People beer pong with vodka in Austin. Like people are crazy. Like, I mean, how many games of beer pong can you think that you're going to play if you're playing with vodka instead of actually doing it with beer? Oh, and I had a craving for Blue Moon with the orange peel, and I had one spot, that at Maxwell's that me and Marcos and Erica we used to like go to, but they didn't sell it. We went up the road to Malone's where they do karaoke, and guess what they had on tap, brand new? Boom, Blue Moon, and ended up having about 3 or 4 last night, and it was delicious, delicious. Best beer that you can get on tap with the orange peel, and then you squeeze the orange in there and then put it in. Oh my God, those first couple sips of the Blue Moon is fantastic. Corners and safeties are terrible. Fucking terrible in a Charles Barkley voice. Right. They always, and they got a former Oregon quarterback. What a better motivation, for the Texas Tech head coach. Be like, listen, bitch, this is the team that fucking didn't want you. Fucking let's take out Bo Nix and these bitches that don't got no defense. Their O line is not as good as last year. Run the ball with your legs, and they won't be able to keep up with your arm. And that's exactly what they're doing. He's running, he's throwing, and we don't got no answer. Now, if our defense was good, we'd fuck him up, but we're not. So Dan Lanning is a fraud. Fire Dan Lanning. Haven't done any messages besides donos. There it is. Fire Dan Lanning. Mario Cristobal, just based off the man that he is, 1,000 times better. And he can recruit better too. You can't be the best defensive coordinator in the country and be like this. Like, this is what we signed up for? Boo! No, thank you. Fire Dan Lanning. Boo. Yeah, everything is legal out here. You know what I mean? Hell, they even tried opening up a mushroom store, in the district where they, like have, little psychedelics and shit like that. But we're very lenient out here, and whatnot. So it's like a lot of times where other states, if you have a little bit of whatever, maybe you're going to jail for 5 to 10 years. Out here, you just get like it taken from you, or it's like recreational amount, and you're fine. Maybe you'll get it taken away. Maybe you get like $100 fine or whatever. But for like obviously dispensaries, everything's legal out here. So thank God. Helps with the mental health a lot too. Screen pass. And at this point, we just have to be able to get something positive, and even if that means getting a field goal, right, to be able to, kind of, chip away. That's really what we need to do. So USC, better. Washington, better. Colorado, better. Oregon State, better. Utah, better. Oregon could finish in sixth place, and maybe we should. Then we could fire Dan Lanning, right? We finished the season 7-5 or 8-4. Bye. See you later, Dan. But knowing Oregon, we'd probably get someone worse than Dan Lanning. 27-18, Red Raiders over the Ducks. 3rd down and 4. Shotgun set. There we go. 1st down, Ducks. Yeah, but if you really want to talk about Oregon Ducks suck, Dragonland, I used to be a fan back in the 80s, and we would win 1 game a year. So if you really want to talk about suck, imagine only winning 1 game or 2 games a year. That's what I used to go through. So, if you're built tough like me, like a Duck fan or a Mariner fan or a Blazer fan, it's a lot of misery. Back shoulder throw, incomplete. What's new? Yeah, we can still come back, but again, you're going to have to get a big play from the defense, maybe a special teams touchdown, punt return or kick return for a touchdown to spark the Uncle Mo. Maybe a pick six, another interception, a punch out, a Charles Peanut Tillman punch out, a fumble recovery for a touchdown. You're going to need something extra to get the momentum. It can't just be Bo Nix and Bucky Irving and Troy Franklin. You're going to lose. Because you got to think now Texas Tech is motivated and their fans are into the game. So now you're going to get players that normally don't make plays on defense are going to make plays. So sad. Sad. But maybe it'll be a blessing in disguise that way that we can, get rid of Dan Lanning. You did 2 $5 donos. Oh, thank you so much. A $5 and another $5. Oh, there we go, right next to each other. Okay. Let me know what you want to do for your other photo as well. Here's for the second $5. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Thank you so much. It's just me going off on the Oregon Ducks being fucking terrible. Appreciate you very much. There we go. 1st down, Ducks. $60 to get to the goal. Let's go, baby. Number 1 fraud in college football, Oregon Ducks. But they're still my team, so, what am I going to do? Bo, going long, going deep. Oh, incomplete. Better tight ends, better wide receivers, better defensive players, no pass rush, no sack lunches. Linebackers are terrible. D tackles, D ends, are we even playing? Secondary is the worst part of the team. It's disgusting, man. Like at this point, you have to use Bo Nix and his legs, like Tyler Shuck is using his legs for Texas Tech and the Raiders, the Red Raiders. You're going to have to. There we go. And all it's going to take now for Oregon to lose, at this point is like one just mistake where they, have a punch out or a bad pick and then they score and then it's over. So. Buffalo Harry, bandwagon fan that just joined the Colorado Buffaloes yesterday. Get out of here. Thanks. Yeah, those were team and fan issued gloves from 2011. And then these ones are from the Natty from 2010 that were game used, that were actually used in the game. Yeah. But obviously, and that photo right there is on like Pac-12 magazine and, a lot of the Oregon Duck, memorabilia and whatnot. Yeah. Because I got the Herbert on, I got the chain, and I got those Duck gloves. I actually like those gloves better than these ones, but I can't wear the green ones on the screen because, because it's the green screen. So I have to wear these ones. These are actually the very first winged gloves ever in Oregon Duck existence in that Natty against Cam Newton, where that was the Natty that we should have won, when we had Jeff Mayo, Darren Thomas, Michael James, D'Anthony. That was the one that we should have won. Buffalo Harry. You're going to get Colorado Buffalo fans coming out of the woodworks, making profiles, acting like they've been a Colorado Buffalo fan before Cordell Stewart. Give me a break. They're doing good now for 2 games, and now you're getting people coming out of the woodworks. Oh, I've been a fan for 20 years. My ass. Yeah, there'll be a few of them that have been fans, but you're going to get a lot of bandwagon prime fans still, or fans that never even paid attention, and now they're 2-0, and they're like, "Yeah, go Buffs!" Fuck out of here, fucking posers. Second down and 2. No, just some stooge. But it's not like I can argue with someone. The Ducks are terrible. The Ducks are shitty. Yeah, I know. I called it myself. I've already been saying this all year. They're not good. What, you won 81-7, and what, you want your Flowers to go to the fucking playoff against Portland State? Start playing good teams and you'll see how bad we really are. Buffalo Harry, idiot. 27-18. Red Raiders. Screen pass. Just someone that's finding the game on stream. How it goes. Especially when people know that you're a fan of a team and they see your team losing. People can't help themselves. It's just in their negative nature to talk shit, even if we do come back and win. It's just this isn't what people do. But regardless, if we go like 0-11 or 0-12, it's not like I'm gonna stop watching. I've been watching when we were winning 1 or 2 games a year in the '80s. Like nothing that anyone could say is like it's not gonna phase me. But if you think you're gonna come in here and just start talking shit to me the whole time and I'm gonna take it, your fucking ass is wrong. You want to go be a bitch? You can go be a bitch somewhere else. But you ain't gonna be a bitch here. You'll get 1 or 2 comments in, and then you'll get the Hogan boot. So make sure those 1 or 2 comments are real good, because that'll be the last time that you get on with this profile before you make another fake one and come back, which we know people do that as well. Well, terrible quarter for the Ducks, and I'm not surprised. I was hoping that we would win this game in Hawaii, but it looks like we're going to lose this game. And in the third quarter, 27-18. And imagine if we didn't go for the 2-point conversion, we'd be down by 10. So, yeah, not good. Jerry Rice, yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. The GOAT, Buffalo Harry. Chief in the building. What's good? Ooh, Texas first and goal. Touchdown, Texas. It's good, Chief. My Oregon Ducks are about to lose to a team that is average, but it is what it is. I have to enjoy football. And going to the Olive Garden tonight, I watched Equalizer 3 last night. Highly recommend if you're a fan of Denzel. And we're not even talking about the best brother actor. We're talking about one of the best actors as a male. Regardless if you're black, white, Mexican, Asian, there's not anybody on Denzel's level, period. All right? It's not. And he just puts out banger after banger after banger. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. Definitely a good movie. And we're going to Olive Garden, breadstick soup, chicken Alfredo with the crispy chicken, and then probably going to go hit up some karaoke. And there's like this little hip hop spot that's about 20 minutes from my house that plays hip hop, pool tables, lots of TVs, and they have a little karaoke section for people to get faded and drink and obviously sing karaoke and whatnot. So yeah, it should be fun. So even if the Ducks lose, I'm not going to let it ruin my day. And the difference between like real Duck fans and fake ones, I can wear this jersey even if we lose with the chain, even if I go to the bar, and I'm not going to be like, woe is me. I'm a hardcore fan through and through. And yeah, and I probably actually will wear this when I go. I'll keep rocking the Mariota, or maybe I'll switch it to maybe a green apple, Justin Herbert. But I'll probably wear this. I'll just keep it on. So yeah, we have that in common. We both shit the bed. You know what I mean? But again, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, they play, or even if Chris Jones plays, you probably win. But it was good for the Lions to have their flowers, they have their day. Oh yeah, it's definitely it ends up being pretty packed, but most of the time when I go in there, I don't have to wait too long. Usually, some days you're waiting 20 to 30 minutes, others about 5 to 10. We went earlier a couple weeks ago, and we only had to wait 5 minutes, which was nice. So donate to your boy so I can take my girlfriend out to dinner. So I can buy some Olive Garden from my girl. Girlfriends are expensive. Okay, got to get their nails done. Got to be pretty. You know, got to buy drinks. I think yesterday, just with like the blue moons, bought 2 blue moons with the orange, and I gave a $2 tip each time when I gave a $20 bill, and I did that like 4 times. So I think it ended up running me maybe $60 for 8 beers. It's a lot, bro. I could have bought a lot of beer for that. $60 a beer at home, but again, when you're out, you do what you do. So support the boys' beer fun habit and my Olive Garden date habit. Go on, Bo. Go, Bo. Run, Bo. Yes. There we go, Bo. Now we need a big play on the defensive side. Pick six, fumble for a touchdown, sack lunches. We need to get a stop and then a score, and then we can win this game. But I just don't know if we're going to be able to do that. Obviously, if they score again, it might be over. Got to hold them to a field goal or nothing. Donate to the NWSF Girlfriend Fund. First and goal. Come on, Bo. Hand off. Yeah! Bucky Irving with the tutty. Fuck yeah. There we go. We're back in it. If we end up winning this game, we don't deserve to win the game. It'll just be like a blessing, Nice job, Bucky. We're back in it, but it's ugly. It sucks when you don't have a defense. And I'm a defensive guy. Obviously, most of y'all who know me, if you don't know me, then you don't know. But obviously, I love linebackers, safeties, corners, D tackles, D ends. And this is like when I watch football like this, it's so like I don't even know what to say. At least we got Bucky Irving rumbling and a bumbling. And we have to be thankful that we have him in Whittington at running back, or we'd be fucked. Especially if we didn't have Bucky Irving. We would be losing so many games. Nice job, Bucky. You're the man. Nice job, Bo. You're the man. Let's go. Yeah, if I go take her out to dinner, it's just me and her, and even if we don't get alcohol, if we just get like a lemonade or water, or we don't, and it's just the food with the breadsticks, the soup, and the pasta with the crispy chicken. I mean, with the tip, and you're not an asshole with the tip, and you give like a respectable $10 tip or whatever, 20% or more. I mean, you're looking at $50 to $60 right there. So but sometimes you got to treat yourself. I've been walking so much with Paisley. I need to get new shoes. I have Dame 2s that are Oregon Duck and Green Apple. They got holes in the bottom of them because I've been walking Paisley 2 hours a day, every day for like 2 years. So I need to get a new pair of shoes too. And I need to get a new pair of slides. So that'll be the next things that I eventually buy for myself when I have a chance, but who knows when that'll be. And then I'll end up wanting to get a champion or a white Nike hoodie where it just has a Nike swoosh or it says Nike and it has a swoosh underneath it. I'm wanting one of those. So, but again, I don't have the money to really spend on myself. I usually spend it on others. So 27-25, Red Raiders. Let's go. Chuck, don't hit him late. Yep, and he will be a threat because he's going to be a guy that gets runs, and he's going to end up getting receptions. But Montgomery, who I drafted late, right, ended up being the guy that had almost 20 touches. So I don't think it'll be like 20-7 like it was in game one. Gibbs' production should go up, and hopefully he'll get 10 to 14 carries and maybe 5 attempts, targets for, maybe getting some receptions. Then Gibbs should be able to give you 10 to 15 points almost every week, but we don't know if they're going to implement that scheme sooner or later. Because, Montgomery looks like he might be the bell cow. So people overdrafted for Gibbs for sure. Nice stop, Ducks. Nice stop, Ducks. Alabama overrated? Uh-oh. Alabama overrated. That's not good for Alabama fans. Georgia fans probably love that. Shep probably loves it. Mike doesn't love it. Mike is probably just hitting his TV right now. Like that Alabama era, is it over with Saban? They're no longer the top dog anymore. Georgia took the spot, and now you got Florida State and these other teams at the top. That's kind of crazy. Alabama is no longer a threat, huh? Nice hit! Big stop for the Ducks. All right, now momentum is in our favor, and we're going to win the game. Now we're going to score on this drive, score on another drive, barely win this game by 3 to 10 points, and now we're going. Finally, our defense is still shitty, but there we go. There we go. Let's go. I think a lot of us are Colorado bandwagon this year. We want to see Colorado be relevant, and I love it when they keep winning. They've been shitty for years. Now they're relevant. They're the best story in college football, and the Ducks play them in 2 weeks. So if we can win this, beat Hawaii, beat the brakes off of them, Colorado's going to come into Austin. LeBron will be there. Hell, Drake will probably be there. Everyone will be there. Hell, I might be there. If I was going to choose 1 or 2 games to go to this year, Colorado would be probably top of the list. And we have a legitimate chance to lose. Bo Nix versus Shadur Sanders. Come on, bro. Dion. And if Dion beats Oregon in Austin, they're 3-0 going into that game, and they finish 4-0. I'm watching every week. I had 10 games to choose from at 9 a.m. And what game did I watch? Colorado, Nebraska, to the prime, and Shadur, and Travis Henry. 2nd and 1. Stiff arm. There we go. No fumbles. No fumbles, baby. 40 doll hairs. Let's get to a hundo. Your boy's going to Olive Garden in the karaoke tonight. That shit ain't cheap. Help your boy out. And let's get our sub count up and our likes up, too. Let's see how many subs we need to get to 20,000 now. We got another sub in the room. Thank you so much. We have 70 to go. 70 subs to 20,000. Thank you. Let's fucking go. Like, sub, donate, anything that you can do, comment, let me know you're here. 70 subs to 20,000. Let's go. Help your boy out. Play action fake. Next. Throw it away. Screen. There we go. There we go. There we go. I do deserve it. Your boy hustles and grinds 7 days a week. No days off. Sometimes 2-3 streams in a day and reaction videos. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate you. $10 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. $10 holla. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see for photos out of your Kansas City Chiefs, and I got you. 2nd down and 7, halfback toss. Whittington, there we go. All right, we got 50 to go to hit the goal. That's very doable. Considering we hit $550 in donos a couple days ago. So some streams will hit 100 to 500 or 100 to 1,300, and other streams we're going to be at 50 or less. So, but obviously the goal is going to be 100 to 200 every stream, but sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. 3rd down and 2. Let's go. Thank you so much, Chief will Chief. Dan Lanning, fire him. 3rd down and 2. Hand it off. God damn it. Run! Run away! Come on. Throw it away. Throw it away. Throw it away. Pick. Idiot. Is it out of bounds? Oh, look at that. Idiot. That is why. That is why you take a sack lunch or throw it out of bounds. Idiot. Hopefully that's on Texas Tech. Jesus Christ. Yes. Yes. Incomplete pass. Yes. Let's go. Okay. I got you. They already called it incomplete, though. Can't challenge that. Appreciate you, brother. Who's got more swag than this? An eligible man downfield is declined. It looks like it's an interception. Can you imagine what Dion would be doing if he was there? Yeah, that was an interception, I think. Yeah, and that's Bo Nixon's fault for being an idiot. So, is he out? What's going on with his injury, with his quad? Is he out? Questionable, not likely to play. Golly, he missed 6 practices. That's why I picked up. You know, uh, Sam Laporta with Juwan Johnson. So I guess I'll have to start Juwan Johnson instead. That sucks. But I mean, Juwan could score, so I might have to start Jamal Williams too, because Stevenson's got the flu. So I might have to start 2 guys that I was assuming I was going to have Ramondre Stevenson and Mark Andrews, 28 points projected, and now I got to throw in Williams, who's projected for 15 as well. So that's not a drop off. But Mark Andrews is 13.4. Juwan Johnson is 8. So hopefully Juwan can get in the end zone. So Saints versus the Titans, fuck them up. Let's go. And you guys were sleeping too, because I ended up picking up Hollywood Brown from Reflect, and I got Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. is on IR for his midsection and his finger, and he's going to be back week 4, week 5. None of you guys even went down there and looked, and I just swooped him for free. So I got a free running back. I got rid of Antonio Gibson, and then I ended up getting a 2-for-1. Now I got Jeff Wilson sitting there on my IR for nothing, and I got Hollywood Brown and Laporta. Thank you guys. I love it when people are sleeping in fantasy when I play, and then I just sneak guys onto my lineup. Whoever works the hardest in fantasy typically will get to the playoffs. So that Mark Andrews news is terrible. A little contact. Let's give him the interception. Let's give it to him. Yeah, but I know that when is the last time that we've seen George Kittle, Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, like Darren Waller, all injured? The only one that's healthy is Sarah's TJ Hawkinson, and she picked him second over Andrews and Kittle. You knew something. And even that's an Iowa guy, too. Field goal is up, and it's good. We take the lead. But I know if he didn't go to Iowa, maybe you don't take him, but that seems like the smartest one now. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt, but I've never seen 5 out of the top 6 tight ends in fantasy injured week 1. Never. So at least we're up by 1 now. No, nothing on the Cash App, which is odd. Not even one dono on the app? Well, hopefully we get at least one before the stream is over. Instead of getting Blue Moon beers, we'll just be looking up at the moon with no beer. 70 subs to get to 20,000. Okay. Good point. Good choice. He'll be in the Heisman running at the end of the year. What I'm saying, like, don't be surprised if you start seeing, some of these other teams, Oregon State, Colorado, being on that Oregon level, or maybe even being better. on top of Utah, Washington, and USC. Like there's 6 teams in the Pac-12 that are good. Normally 4. Having Colorado and Oregon State being good is weird, and they're normally not. So now, Oregon is in a not a good spot. Normally if Colorado and Oregon State were shitty, then we could finish in 3rd or 4th. But now we might finish in 4th, 5th, or 6th, realistically. Unless Utah and Washington and USC have injuries. So let me see if I can get a Colorado logo. Best story in college football. I watch every game. Am I going to watch every game of Colorado this year? Yep. You bet your ass I am. I'll be rooting for him too, except when they play the Ducks in 2 weeks. I mean, like I said, he's one of my favorite players of all time. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders, Deion Sanders. I mean, tell me a better 5. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s. Facts. Waller has been injured a lot in the last 2 years. But if he can get healthy, he can help Daniel Jones possibly make the playoffs again. But Saquon needs to be healthy for the whole year. Thanks, bro. I always got to hit you with the photos. Chief with a 5er. He's like, I want to make sure you get at least one blue moon. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Yeah, I think like 2 blue moons. I think were $14, and I gave him $2 tip, or maybe it was like $13, and I gave him a $2 tip, and I had $5, and I had a bunch of 5s afterwards. So I think they were $6 a piece, and then or $6.50 a piece, and then I gave him a $2 tip each time because I like the tip. So thank you, Chief. Well, Chief. $5 dono. Bang, 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 boom, 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 stacks on stacks, racks on racks, a little cactus jack. Bang, bang, $5 holla. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. 45 to go to hit the goal. Hopefully we get a few subs along the way, too. All right, 28-27. I told you this game was going to be good. We had a Duck fan early on, not saying that he doesn't know Duck football or college football in general, but he predicted that the Ducks would win 51-17, and I told him he was wrong. And look at the score, 28-27, and we might lose. So I'm not saying I'm going to be right all the time, but 51-17 was ridiculous. Not when we don't have an O-line and a defense. And that's what you need. O-line, D-line, defense, coaching, play calling. Do we have those? No, we don't. We have Bo Nix, Troy Franklin, Bucky Irving, and Whittington. What, we got 4 good players? Fuck my life. Jesus. Oh, yeah. Now they're all bandwagon, Wow, Chuck. Nice throw. First down, Red Raiders. Move the chains. You got to give love to Tyler, former Duck. Yeah, you never feel like you're winning when it's like back and forth. And again, it just makes me disgusted being like a NFL fan or a college football or a Buck, like me being a Duck and a Buck fan, and the defense is terrible. It's really hard to watch football and not get frustrated. It's one thing when the offense, can't get shit going. O-line or quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, or the play calling, head coach or the OC. But when I see defense non-existent, nothing gets me more frustrated. Special teams and defensive woes. Running to the six with my woes. Got me feeling like Drake. Golly. Going back to back. If we lose this game, we're going to go back to back losses. Texas Tech and Hawaii. And we keep playing like this. I'm going to have to put on my Ovo hoodie for this. Oh, there we go. 51-17. It's a little ridiculous. Oh, Andrew Lucky does look happy. Good for him. Chief, Chief, thank you so much for your dono. I'll get you some more photos up here before we just lose. Chuck with a fucking keeper. Horrible Duck defense. Horrible defensive coordinator. Horrible head coach. Fire Dan Lanning. Fire the defensive coordinator. And then we're not going to have Bo Nix next year. So what's going to happen next year? We're going to be absolutely terrible. What are we going to finish? Like 6th? Oh, but we're going to go to the Big Ten, right? So then instead of being like the 6th team in the Pac-12, what are we going to be, the 10th team out of 16 in the Big Ten? Thanks a lot. But on the bright side, Oregon State is on the up and up. Washington, awesome. USC, awesome. Michael Penix Jr., awesome. Caleb Williams, awesome. Dion, awesome. Utah, well-rounded, awesome. Why can't we be like them? You know, even Oregon State and Colorado are better than us. You know what I mean? And they're new to this. I'm just being real. We're probably the 6th best team in the Pac-12. I mean, prove me wrong. I mean, do we deserve to win this game? Hell no. You know what? I've only sung one song on karaoke in my life. You know that? One. One song. One time. That's it. Warren G, Nate Dogg, Regulators. That's it. Yo, boy. I don't have a go-to karaoke song. I like watching people. You know, some are good, some are bad, some are drunk, some are sober. Golly, golly. Yeah, I actually, you know what's crazy? Marcos is one of my best friends, right? So is Jake, who lives in Texas now. They're huge Beaver fans, and I never like would be like, "Oh, Ducks, Beavers are lame," or I always root for the Beavers, and I'm really happy for them that they've actually, you know, been able to, you know, kind of turn shit around. But when you steal Clemson's quarterback, right? Obviously, that makes a big difference too. 28-27 Ducks, Red Raiders approaching the red zone. Luckily, there's 6 minutes left. So even if they score, we can score and still win. Let's go. Let's go. Texas is beating the shit out of fucking Alabama, huh? Alabama's frauds. I thought their recruiting class was very good this year coming in. I guess like Georgia took their spot and they never could get it back. Now what happened? 12 noon. You know what time it is? Time for Oregon Duck sack lunch. Quack, 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 quack. Yum, 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 yum. 50 looking like Vita Vea right there. That's terrible. If Alabama's known for defense and they gave up 34, that is terrible. Get his ass! Hunt him down! Thank God. Nice. Fuck them people. You're the man, eh, guy? Raiders. Yeah, and like I said, real fans, real ones. If you're really a real one, you wear the gear when you lose. Most people get so pissed they fucking rip the jersey or T-shirt off and scream and yell, and it goes in the closet. Real fans wear the jerseys, win or lose. But I'll be honest, I've taken mine off too. You know, field goes up and it's good. We have an easy opportunity here to win this game now. Either three or a touchdown. We can win this game now. But again, if we end up winning 35-27 or 31-30, what does that say when we play Hawaii? We'll be able to beat them. But more than likely, once we get into the meat of the Pac-12 schedule, here come all the losses. I mean, can you imagine if Texas Tech was ranked? We'd probably be down by 17 right now. All right, so we got Hawaii, then we got Colorado, loss. Stanford, win. Washington, loss. Washington State, who knows? Probably a loss. Utah, loss. California, win. USC, loss. Arizona State, win. Oregon State, loss. So how many is that? So we got how many wins? We got one. If we win this, 2 wins, 3 wins, 3-1, 4-1, 4-2, 5-2, 5-3, 6-3, 6-4, 7-4, 8-4. We're gonna finish 7-5 or 8-4 this year. You watch, and then hopefully we'll fire Dan Manning. 7-5. If we don't beat the Beavers at home in the Civil War, if we do, 8-4. See if my ESP will be correct. And if we lose to Washington State, I mean, it could even be worse. That's always a hard one if it's in Pullman. Let me look to see if we're at home or away. Oh, we're at home. So we can beat Washington State at home, but I was going to say, if it's in Pullman, that's a loss. Gardner Minshew and, going up there, their fan base, even though it's a small school, they're very, very passionate up there. And a lot of teams lose when they go to Pullman. So it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Fucking 7-5, 8-4. What a ridiculous. Bo Nix came back to college for that with no offensive line and no defense, so he could go back to a team like this. That's sad. I fucking feel bad for him. But we have an opportunity to win now. We got plenty of time. We can kick a field goal, right? And our field goal kicker is awesome. So if we're in range, we're going to win, right? But if we get a touchdown, great. But we don't need one. We got 5 minutes. We can win this game. So now we'll see if Texas Tech will make the big plays to win the game, Uncle Mo momentum, or if Oregon can, find a way. So we'll find out here real quick. But we're going to win the playoff. We're going to the fucking Natty. We won against Portland State 81-7. We're the best team in the country. Idiot Duck fans. All right, come on now. Oh, cash out. Who did you have winning the game, Texas Tech or Oregon? Yeah, we had. I don't know if he was a Duck fan or if he was just a college football guy or whatever, but yeah, 51-17. I was like, no. I was like, you apparently you have not watched Oregon very long, or you're reaching because you think that Texas Tech isn't ranked, that they're not going to just roll over and die. And on top of having a former Oregon quarterback quarterbacking against us, like sometimes and sometimes you don't. Oregon, you bet on. I think Oregon can win. I mean, as long as we don't do the epic fuck up, we should be able to kick a field goal and win the game, 31-30, or a touchdown. I mean, unless you have someone fumble or if they throw a bad pick. But I mean, we should, even as terrible as the O line and the defense have been, we should win this game. So. I'm so hungry for Olive Garden. I just want to be able to celebrate it with a duck win. And I'll be rocking the jersey and the chain at Olive Garden at the karaoke. Yeah, and on the road. Now, if we were at home, yeah, I mean, it still could be close like this, but the fan support in Eugene is phenomenal. It's one of the best in the country. So the fans can will us, to a victory even when the team sucks, or when it's like the game is on edge a little bit. The Oregon Duck crowd is fantastic. But obviously, when you're on the road, and you have an undisciplined coach, a terrible defensive coordinator, horrible secondary, horrible D line. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Yeah, I feel really lucky. The last two that I had that I was with for about 15 years were not good people. So to be able to have one that I feel that could be a really really good thing, and there was a lot of talking on the phone and getting to know each other instead of just like the initial hey let's see each other hook up and then go from there and then get to know each other after. That's the wrong way to do it. You have to get to know someone first, and then if things happen after, whatever. But if you can get to know someone or be friends first, that's when you actually can make something special, at least for me. So you will. But you can't be desperate looking on like dating apps or, you just got to be able to focus on you. You know what I mean? No one wants to be lonely, but it's better to be by yourself and a little lonely than to be with someone that's toxic that doesn't care about you. Facts. Because it's like, oh, I need someone. What? Someone to be a piece of shit? And like I said, it's much better to have nobody, and just be at peace with yourself. There we go. First down, Ducks. But you can't be looking for it. When you look for it, you never find it. It has to come organically. And a lot of times when you're not looking for it, that's when it comes. I know it's cliche, but that's what happens. Let's go, baby. Let's win this game. Now, if we only had like a minute left, right, we would probably lose this game. But just the fact that we had 5 minutes and we can kind of just like relax, that's why I think the Ducks can end up driving down here and win this game. Shotgun set. There we go. There we go. Herbert, first down, Ducks. Of course, I watch UFC and boxing. I watch everything. We're fanatics here. We're not average. We're fanatics. We don't have average work ethic. We're fanatics. Screen pass. Out of bounds. There we go. Late hit. Late hit. Late hit. Late hit. There we go. Extra 15. We just won the game. Thank you. Thank you, idiot Williams. We just won. We just won. Fuck yeah. Marcos Pineda just posted he's at the game. I said, my boy, go Beavs. He's got good seats too. $55. Let's get to a hundo. We won the game, bro. No cashing out. Like I said, sometimes, shit happens, but there's no excuse here. But we got to bleed the clock down too. We don't want them to get a field goal. We got to keep running the ball. And if we keep running the ball, and then we just got to bleed the clock. Even if they try to let us score, right? You fall down on the 1 yard line. You keep bleeding the clock until you give them no chance. Less time for them to score. But this is a nail biter, you know. Yeah, Marcos is my dude. And if it wasn't for Marcos, me and Erica, would have never, been a thing because he was kind of the middleman. It's like, we both liked each other, but we were both like kind of with other people and bad relationships and whatnot. And it's about time a good person ends up being with a good person instead of a good person ending up with a bad person. No, you're good. We're gonna win the game, man. Put your fucking duck chain on. You got your duck chain on. We both have matching duck chains. Put your shit on. Put your shit on and put it up to the screen like me. We got this. We got this, bro. 7-5, 8-4 record for the Ducks, which is incredibly crappy. But when you have 6 teams in the Pac-12 that are good instead of 4, that's what happens. You go down in the pecking order. I'm going out to Olive Garden and I'm going to karaoke, bro. Going to a little hip hop bar type place, and they do karaoke and got some good drinks, and then I'm going to Olive Garden. Go! Keep bleeding that clock, baby. Yeah. Well, plus also too, your boy Simple. If I'm going to be grinding and grinding and grinding, I can't work for free. Last time I checked, nobody likes working for free. So if I'm going to be doing 3 hours here, 3 hours there, 3 hours there, and I'm doing reaction videos, I'm doing all that. I mean, nobody wants to work, and then everyone just watches and no one donates. I know you wouldn't want to do that. So I got to be able to be careful with my time, and I got to make sure I have some me time. I can't just be doing all the work for all the fans and the people, and no one's taking care of me. They're just watching and not supporting. I mean, that wouldn't be good. This is my full-time job. I got no other income coming in. Facts. I got to be able to take care of my mental health instead of people trying to make me do all these things and they're not taking care of me. So, yeah. So no UFC or boxing, but I might keep an eye on it. Oh, what a fucking nail biter of a game, though, huh? Let's go, baby. You already know what it is. Tyler Shuck, not today. Not for Bo Nix. Bucky Irving, baby. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. So I throw another Sanders up. Chief still in the building or no? And the people are already on the way to come swoop me. So hopefully the game ends so that way they don't have to wait. I told them to come at 7:45. So the game was supposed to end at 7:30. I got the G. I love college football, baby. Let's go. Must see TV right there. Colorado Buffaloes. Well, I know Oregon fans will shut the fuck up about going undefeated. Yeah, this is my full-time job. Simple. This is what I do. I'm full-time. Yeah. So I don't get a lot of ad revenue. So usually it's like 99% of my income is donos. So if I do stream after stream after stream and I'm not getting donos, that means I have no money. So, it took me 10 years to go full time. So it's not like I started yesterday. I've been recording for 11 years. This is my 7th year on YouTube. It took me 10 years to go full time. So some streams will make 100 to 1,300. Some will make 50 or less. So, yeah, but all my income comes from YouTube. but it's from donos, not from ad revenue. James, keep leading that clock. And if we kick a field goal and we go up 31-30, Texas Tech can come back and kick a field goal and we can lose. So for us to win the game, we have to score a touchdown. That's the only way we're going to win this game, unless we can bleed the clock far enough down where, you know, they don't have enough time to go down there. But if we kick a field goal, I don't think that's going to be good enough. So we need a touchdown. 35-30. That's what we need. Final score, Oregon Ducks 35, Texas Tech 30. Or if it's 31-30, we have a chance to lose. Third down and 3. Just get the first down. Touchdown or first down? Hand it off to fucking Bucky Irving or run an RPO, something. 36-30 if Oregon goes for 2. There's no point on going for 2, though. Because if you get a touchdown, they'll just kick the extra point. You know what I mean? Like, at that point, you just take the 1. Should be fine. All right, third down and 3. Let's get a first down or a touchdown. Come on. Let's go Ducks. Come on, baby. Oh, no. Oh, no. Wow. Well, we might have just lost. Jesus Christ. And why are we doing a halfback cost to that player instead of going up the middle with Bucky Irving? The fuck was that? God damn, they're terrible. Oh, golly. And he went out of bounds. What a moron. I mean, at this point, Camden Lewis might as well just miss the kick and we lose. I mean, what are we doing? Jesus Christ. What are we doing? Fourth down and 7. Kick is up. Flag on the play. Delay again. Jesus Christ. Delay a game. We might as well just lose this. Texas over Bama. I love it too. And that's what happens when you're a bad football team. You make stupid ass mistakes like this. We're at 0. What are we doing? Jesus Christ. Dan Lanning needs to be fired. What a joke. This is like literally the most overhyped coach ever. Terrible. All right, 4th and 12. 30-28. Oregon needs a kick to take the lead. 34-yarder. Camden Lewis is good, so this should be automatic. Kick is up. And it's good. Yes. But they can kick a field goal and win. So now we have to pray. Good job, Camden. Dan Lanning, you're a bitch. I've never wanted to fire a coach. I thought Helfrich was bad. Golly. Well, he's a good kicker, so thank God we have a good kicker. Anybody want a head coach? We got one available for you. You guys want one? You can have them. We don't want them. We don't want you. Even if we win this game, we don't want you. Go back to Georgia. We don't want you. You're overrated. You didn't bring anybody over. You know, the whole point of bringing a guy like that over is bringing some of the Georgia players that were on the bench that didn't get playing time to start for Oregon. Where are they? Idiot. Maybe a 7-5 season or an 8-4 season will get him fired. So, hey, guy, take him. You can have him for free. Terrible recruiter, most overrated. Mario Cristobal is better than you. You're not real. Mario Cristobal is. I want people that are real. I don't want fake. No, thank you. 31-30. Let's see if we can actually hold on with our, Jesus Christ. Great defense there, Ducks. We're losing. We're going to lose the game. We're going to lose the game. If you can't even make a fucking tackle when the game is on the line like that, we do not deserve to win the game, and we won't. The Ducks defense is one of the worst in the country. Just lose the game. I won't even be mad. I'll still wear the Duck jersey at the bar and at Olive Garden. They don't deserve to win this game. Now, if we can get really lucky and get, like, punch the ball out or get like a pick, that would be great. You know. Clock is running. Get him! Can we get pressure? Well, I guess the sports gods want that pick six just like we got in that Lions game. Let's go! Well, now I can wear the jersey and feel good about it today. Let's go! Fuck yeah! A pick six. Get the fuck out of here. We won. Unbelievable. Did we deserve to win this game? No, we didn't. Let's go. Extra point is up, and it's good. Bang! Where's all those Colorado fans talking shit now, huh? We'll still probably lose to them in week 4, but it ain't over till it's over. Unbelievable. The defense is terrible, and then when we need a play at the very, very most crucial time, you get a pick six just like the Lions did to win the game. Unbelievable. But again, we're not a good team. So yeah, I feel good about the victory, but we're still going to finish 7-5, 8-4, fourth or fifth or sixth in the Pac-12. So your boy's simple. Let's go. Let's go. Fuck yeah. Like the least likely thing that could fucking happen, a pick six and that, or a fumble for a touchdown. But remember, I was talking about it earlier, like, certain plays could happen, but when you don't have a defense and then they actually make a defensive play like a good defense would, it's not like we have the Lions defense or anything. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Buffalo Harry. Take that, Buster. Again, I'm not going to be like, oh, the Ducks are going to be a winner of the Pac-12. USC, Utah, UW, Oregon State, Colorado, all these teams are, I think, kind of better than us. Like I said, we don't have a defense, and we got extremely lucky there at the very, very end of the game as all the crying Texas Tech fans now go to 0-2. I mean, the only thing that could have saved you is that Patrick Mahomes walked through the door in the second half and quarterbacked the team, But we'll take it. We'll take it. Awesome. Incomplete. Maybe the sports gods just love me. They love your boy. They're like, you know what? The guy's being really real. He knows they're not going to go to the Natty. He knows they're not going to go to the playoff. He knows they're not going to get into the Pac-12 championship. He knows that they're probably going to finish fourth, fifth, or sixth, and the other teams are going to be better. Let's give him a little bit of magic on some of these like teams that they should beat. So at least he has a couple memories from the season. Thank you, sports gods. I appreciate that. 2nd and 10. Get him! That's a hold. That's coming back. Now we got another penalty. That was stupid. There was a hold, though, so that'll be offsetting, I would assume. Oh, I don't think they're going to get smoked. Bro, Buffaloes are good. They don't have a defense either. They're the closest thing to Oregon in the top 6 teams. Like UW, Oregon State, Utah, USC, they seem more well-rounded. Oregon and Washington, Oregon and Colorado have like the offense, but the defense is kind of suspect. So, yeah, why are we hitting late? That was dumb. But it looks like it was a hold on the O-line, and then obviously it should be offsetting, I would assume. $2 holla. Bang, bang, bang. Boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Appreciate you. Let me know what you want to see for photos. Yeah, for real. Stupid. Undisciplined Dan Lanning. He's supposed to be a great defensive coach. He's coaching a bunch of fucking people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Again, I love defense. And maybe that's when the sports gods, wanted me to have a little excitement, because nothing is more exciting than a punt return, kick return for a touchdown. But the most exciting thing in sports for football is a fumble for a touchdown when it's long or a pick for a touchdown, period. And then obviously Shuck with a little acting job there, laying on the ground. Oh, I'm hurt, to sell it, 16 seconds left. Wow. First down, Texas Tech Red Raiders. That was nice. They better not give up the touchdown here. I would be so livid. But knowing the Ducks, they probably will. Yeah, and I'm the only Duck streamer too, like Mariners. So, there'll be some good times for me. There'll be a lot of rough moments too. We got a coach available for free. Anyone want him? You can have him. Mario Cristobal is better. You can have him. He's like, I'm going to bring all the Georgia prospects over to Oregon. Where are they? They're not here. But at least we got the crazy pick 6, which I did not expect Oregon to do. Like when the Lions did it and I predicted it, on my stream against the Chiefs, that was one thing. But I did not expect Oregon to do it there. That was just simply the sports gods trying to give your boy a solid. Chief with a 3-er. 6 seconds left. Hail Mary. Let's go. Hell yeah. 38-30, but we needed a pick 6 to win. Unbelievable. Chief with a 3-er. Thank you so much. Wow, what a game. One of the best games of the year. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. And even if we lost, I was still going to rock the chain and the jersey when I go out tonight. And now it's going to feel even better because we won. Thank you so much. $3. Holla. We survived. But we're not good. But I still will do every Duck game this year. We'll play Hawaii. We'll beat the shit out of them. And then we play Colorado and Otts in week 4, and that's when we might lose. and it could get ugly. But hopefully we win based off the crowd emotion. As far as energy in the crowd, that'll probably be one of the best spectacles in the Pac-12 all year, besides USC Oregon. So Joe with a $11.47 dono. He said for 4 hours of entertainment, cheaper than a movie. Appreciate you. All right, I gotta go get some fucking Olive Garden, and I'm gonna hit in the bar, getting some fucking Blue Moons and doing some karaoke. $11.47 dono. Hey, good entertainment. People say, I can't donate. I can't donate. Well, when you go to a movie and when you go places, you donate, right? Because you actually have to pay to be entertained, right? Same thing goes with YouTube. We work very, very hard, especially if you end up being someone that's a full-time streamer. Bang, 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 boom, boom, boom. Bang, bang. Let's go. $11.47. And the Ducks come back. But again, let's keep it real. The Ducks have a terrible defense, a terrible O-line, a terrible coach. We just got incredibly lucky with a pick six at the end. We'll beat Hawaii, but then after we beat Hawaii, like I said, I could definitely see us losing to many, many teams. Let me bring up the schedule real quick because I'm not a biased Oregon fan. I'm a real one, and I already know that we're not as good as people think. So let's go here, and I'll break down the wins and the losses. So where is it here? Okay, so final score, Oregon Ducks 38, right? Texas Tech 30. We're terrible. All right, so let's go down here. All right, so we won 81-7, and everyone thought we were going to win the Pac-12. I'm like, no, we're not that good. We win 38-30. Okay, so we get that. We got Hawaii, who's 0-2. We'll play them in Austin. We're going to win that. We'll be 3-0, right? But then we got Colorado, could be a loss at home. Stanford, will win. Washington, loss. Washington State, 50-50. Utah, loss. California, will win. USC, loss. Arizona State, win. Oregon State, Oregon, probably a loss, honestly. Or, that one is like Washington State, 50-50. But Oregon State is on the up and up. So we'll see kind of how it goes. But the girlfriend is here, so I need to go to Olive Garden and whatnot. So make sure you guys like, sub, donate to the channel. And I'm going to go eat some food and do some karaoke. And take a quick look at the sub count for the 74 people in the room. If you can like the video, sub if you feel inclined to. We're at 19,930. I need 70 people out of the 74 that are in the room to sub to the channel, and we get to 20,000. Now, I know not all 70 people in the room are going to do it, but if you could get a few of y'all that would do it, that would be greatly appreciated. But I'm going to go to Olive Garden, hit the bar, drink some Blue Moons, and celebrate this Duck victory. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. And again, I'll be doing NFL action, Sunday Night Football, reaction videos, and I do college football, NFL. We'll be doing wrestling, baseball for the Mariners and Dodgers. We do everything on this channel. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Here, let me message. Be right out. Okay, I'm gonna go enjoy that Olive Garden. You know I will. But if anyone wants a free coach, you can have this guy because he's definitely fucking overrated. All right, but you know what's not fucking overrated? That's right here, right? And we're gonna have to see this pretty soon. So I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very, very much. And what an incredible comeback for the Oregon Ducks. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to think. I can't believe we just got that pick six at the very end. Unbelievable. Final score, number 13, Oregon Ducks 38. Unranked Texas Tech 30. And I got one question for you. Well, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Get us to 20K. I love you and I appreciate you. And I'm out. Gang.